Internet, hello and welcome to OKLCS Spring 2018 Platinum Capped week number 2. We had a little bit of a hiccup yesterday. One of the two of us, I'm not going to name any names, but it wasn't
Jack.
me.
Jack had to go take care of a sick dog recovering from surgery. I'm sorry.
No. It's we had some complications. We weren't able to stream yesterday. Honestly, I was okay with it. But we are going to bring you 5 Platinum Cap games tonight. The first of which will be between Reign of Kings and the old Razzle Dazzle. In case you don't know who we are, I'm Alex HNA22. This is Jack. Jack Loves Lamp Counts. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into what you're all here for, which is the games. So, taking a look at things, we do have Reign of Kings Platinum on the blue side up against the old Razzle Dazzle on the red side.
Already, looks like a pretty deadly comp for Reign of Kings.
Pretty
Shin, Sejuani, Tom. All three. Shin, a little bit less meta, in terms of pro play top lane, but he does get played some. But all three,
Fairly
strong
tanky.
tanks, very very beefy. And they have a Kog'Maw and a Malzahar to act as their backline, which is pretty nuts.
Yeah, that's a lot of DPS. A high DPS backline.
Oh,
and meanwhile, the Razzle Dazzle are going to face check into the old Razzle Dazzle. That's a good taunt from Ryox, but he gets stunned immediately by the concussive blows thanks to the Bronc. Troy gets stunned up, but it's first blood for Hadley on the side of the old Razzle Dazzle. Now Lefty going very low. He has to flash out of there. Troy actually made it out. One more auto. Drapius will get Lefty. There's the flash broom. Leave it to Wally to pick up Troy a little bit too far forward by the support. He was too low. Probably should have just backed out in the end. But it's a 3-for-1 in favor of the old Razzle Dazzle.
Wow. Deadly team fight. Already three pretty important people. Like, none of those kills went over to the support on the side of the old Razzle Dazzle, and the only kill that Reign of Kings got was on the support.
Unlucky.
So, unlucky. Pretty great start for the old Razzle Dazzle. That first blood gold, man, it's one of those minor little things in League of Legends. Didn't it used to get reduced if first blood happened? At the
it did actually. You're
but
right.
Is it the same now? Or
No, it is 400 gold. It's 400
It is
gold.
400 gold.
So overall 600 gold because you got some assists in there.
Plus each of those other 2 kills, would those count as 300 or are they reduced?
They count as
300.
300.
That's a huge gold swing already. Obviously, you can see the first blood plus the 3 kills. That's already 1,000k gold lead for the old Razzle Dazzle, starting the game off.
Oh man. Speaking of which, if just as some quote-unquote history being last week, Reign of Kings coming off of a win in week number 1, the old Razzle Dazzle coming off of a loss. So they're looking pretty good in this game to change their luck. And the old Razzle Dazzle are going to hit level 2 first, but Boytoy misses the winner's bite. And now level 2 acquired by Reign of Kings. But they will just eat up Jordan B69, spin him back out into a few Vayne auto attacks, I guess. Yeah, what you want to do in this lane, I would imagine, is you don't want to eat the Kog'Maw when he has his W. And you want to eat the Kog'Maw once his W runs out.
Yeah,
which is kind of the opposite of what just happened there.
Yeah, for such a late game AD carry, his early game, well, not
his
early
trades are very good if you can use
exactly.
the Bio-Arcane Barrage appropriately, but that's a good eat.
Yes.
Make sure that Jordan B69 does not get concussive blows stunned. Meanwhile, there's a dash in from Ryox onto Hadley. He's going to pull the Spirit's Refuge over to him, but he's still taking a lot of damage from the Flame Spitter. Has a large enough minion wave on his side.
Yeah, you can tell he has a... Oh, wait,
hold on. Rev Rift is going to gank onto Wymol. Wymol gets the Electrocute, flash away from the Flag and Drag. Dark Binding goes wide. Will just be a little bit more damage, plus the extra Arcane Comment, and Wymol going very low, but he will survive thanks to the Flash.
Yeah, flashes the Flag and Drag, sidesteps the Binding, makes it out alive. I wonder... I wish we could more easily see which keystones they took.
Yeah, well, we did see the Electrocute from Revdris on this German, so it's not anything unusual like the Aftershock.
Yeah, I was just curious if there was anything in this game like, triple unsealed spellbook or something.
Oh man,
some knows? Of the mass teleport strats you see in the
Rumble has Arcane Comet. We see that.
Yes, that's Arcane Comet right there. Out of Morgana. Have we seen the Malzahars yet?
We'll see here fairly soon if that Space Aids gets onto King Gilgalad.
Ooh,
Oh, hold on a
gank
second.
on the-
Lefty gonna get onto Hadley. There's the stun, and it is gonna be an easy kill for Reign of Kings, but who's it gonna go to? Both flashes expended from the top laners. It's Ryox who picks up the kill. And we did see the Aftershock on Lefty, so none of that fleet footwork.
Yeah, that
Sejuani.
Aftershock did a lot of damage. For a tank Keystone, pretty big
They
burst.
did nerf the damage on Aftershock. Oh, meanwhile, they're gonna gank onto the jungler. Rev rips his Flag and Drag is not able to be channeled. He does finally get it now. It will cost him a lot of his health, and Hadley felt the need to teleport up there.
I mean, yeah, Rev Rift was looking
Pretty
maybe
dire
good.
straits.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice Q out of Sejuani, knocking him away to put him just out of range from queuing to his flag.
Yeah,
You're able
means he
get
had to walk a
significant-
little bit further out.
Yeah.
But it was a source of panic for the side. Oh, Razzledazzle going aggressive in the bottom lane. Voidtorque jumps to a minion. He gets the concussive blowstone onto Leave It to Wally, but that's the Tom with the black gray health. And now Jordan V69, he's got the Bio Arcane Barrage. They condemn away the Tom Kench. Jordan V69 now trading onto Drapius. It's a one trade for Reign of Kings Platinum in the bottom lane on a trade initiated by the old Razzledazzle.
Vayne just can struggle in a lot of these games because of her short range, especially if you're against someone who's maxing Bio Arcane Barrage. If she tries to get any harass down and Toy Troy's not positioning super well, she can easily lose out on these fights.
It's kind of weird. These are both melee supports who kind of do well into other melee supports just by standing there and autoing each other. In the end, never mind. Rev Rip's coming in as Leave It to Wally goes aggressive. He's zoning away the ADC, but they've got their mid laner here. Wymul has the ultimate available. There it is onto Drapius, but they cannot block the damage from that one. Now, the Stand United coming in onto him as well, but he's out of mana. There's the taunt onto Boy Toy Troy. He flashes out to safety, but Ryox, he wants to go for the dive, but no one else wants to, so he'll back away as well. A quick kill over to Reign of Kings Platinum thanks to a good roam and the Stand United from their solo lanes.
Yeah, I was wondering at first, like, why is Leave It to Wally going so aggressive here? And then Malzahar came onto the screen. I'm like,
That's
makes
why.
sense now. Poor Braum, he threw up the shield, stands in front of Drapius.
Yeah, there's
but
actually nothing in Malzahar's kit that
yeah.
Braum can block.
he just stands there in between the laser, just like, maybe I could do something.
Yeah.
But no.
It's an interesting way that Braum's shield actually works. It actually, if it's targeted onto the Braum, the shield will actually reduce the damage, but he can't, block things that are targeted onto his teammates.
Okay, so it is flat damage reduction, not flat, percentage damage reduction for him, no matter what.
It's percentage damage reduction on any damage incoming onto somebody that from the direction of the shield.
Okay.
Oh, hold on a second. Ryox getting some support from Lefty on Hadley, who was pushed up, and that's exactly how you want to play against the Rumble. Gank him. Rumble auto pushes any lane that he's in, basically. Which means that he's very susceptible to ganks, but knowing that Lefty's on the top side of the map means Razzledazzle picks up the coveted Infernal Dragon.
What Sejuani skin is this? Traditional?
I think so.
I don't see that one very often.
And you got the mid laners who literally all they do every game is shove the waves and leave.
Oh, yes.
Malzahar
Morgana
and
strats
Morgana.
and
The only thing
Malzahar.
you're missing here is the Aurelion Soul. Maybe the Talia, but Talia's obviously, yeah, she pushes very well, she roams very well, but she also has more burst potential and I can just kill you sometimes if
She
I land my
also
skills.
runs out of mana really well.
That's true, that's true. The threaded volley.
It costs a lot of mana.
Yeah. Looks like Reign of Kings are going to pick up Tower First Blood on the top side. Their bottom lane getting shoved in. Doing pretty well by Drapius to keep even in terms of CS with Jordan V69. Both of these comps, they kind of have we want to make sure our AD carry gets really big in fights. You got the Shen ultimate, you got the Black Shield from two separate solo laners. More support-oriented top and mid. Meanwhile, good
nice
Black
Black
Shield from Gilgalad. Lefty almost gets Dark Binded under tower, but not quite going to have the correct aim on that one on King
Wow,
Gilgalad.
man.
Now they're going for Jordan V69 because here comes Reverence. He's going to get eaten up by Leave It to Wally, but Cataclysm 2 for 1 forces the flash out from Leave It to Wally, but here comes the teleport from Wymul, but he's not going to be able to find anybody thanks to the quick disengage from the old Razzle Dazzle.
They really should have gone on Tom there. I mean, they you know, like in any other lane, they probably would have been able to catch Kog'Maw with the gank that they had there, but because they went onto him, Tom just eats him and flashes away.
Use the Abyssal Voyage just to bring Weimel back to the mid lane. Thank you, thank you.
Oh, excellent use. Oh no, mid is pushing. Tom's just like, let me help you out there.
Yeah, this is, you roam for us, I'll get you back for you.
This isn't a great situation for Hadley. He's already been ganked successfully
Boy
twice.
Troy continuously jumping to minions to close the distance, but Drapius not showing any signs of following up. A little bit of a disconnect there. You really only want to go in as Braum when your AD carry is also going to go in, so you can get those concussive blows.
Yeah, and I really think it's hard, but he needs to be going in on the Tom. They're just not able to make anything really stick to this Kog'Maw, because Tom keeps him safe from all-ins, and Kog'Maw just slowly sustains his way back up with that Doran's Blade. Slowly, but as you can see, he's
I think he probably also has the fleet footwork for a little bit of extra sustain. That's a good slow onto Drapius. Boytoy Troy gonna come forward, look for the auto attacks on Jordan B69, but Drapius completely zoned away, but Lefty on his way in. Reign of King are gonna go for a kill in the support. The Glacial Fissure not gonna be enough. There's the slow. Boytoy Troy gonna get stunned. He's gonna get eaten, and there's the tongue from Leave It to Wally. The Stand United used for moral support, I suppose. As of the question, I'm going to actually clear the chat because those are spoilers. This is currently week 2. We don't know who is currently 2-0 in Platinum Cap.
After the stream, we will know.
Yes.
But yeah, no, so after this, tomorrow sometime, we'll make sure that all the standings are updated on the site. Just so you guys can check it out and scout your competition and whatnot. See if the team you're playing against is 2-0, who else is 2-0, who you have to pray to lose.
It's only we're only in week 3 right now, so any team is still in the running to make it
for sure.
to any seed, I think. Mathematically, that works out though. Yeah, you can just win, so you get to win the next 7 games.
Yeah, no, it's very easy for any of these teams that happen to be 2-0 after week 2 to just lose a couple games, and some other teams happen to win more, and then all of a sudden the team that seemed to be in first place for a little while happened to just had good matchups that first week.
So Hadley flashing
really
onto
there,
Lefty. Actually, that was a defensive flash. He was getting collapsed on by the other members of Reign of Kings. You probably didn't even know that the Sejuani was there. Ooh. Oh, that's an interesting blast cone. Glacial Fissure over the side. The Sand United, or the Shadow Dash from Ryox gets instantly stunned up by the concussive blows. And Reverith, he is getting jumped on by multiple members, but he flashes over the side. It's a kill for Jordan B69 to start off the fight. They stun him up, but he gets eaten by Leave It to Wally. They're gonna stand him back out. Hadley uses the stopwatch, but it's not gonna matter. Living Artillery double kill for the AD carry. Weimel gonna go down, caught by the other members of the old Razzle Dazzle. As Lefty now getting chased away by King Gilgalad and Drapius. Jordan B69 getting some honey fruit, so he's gonna come and support his jungler. Lefty out of mana, can't really go for anything right now. Drapius running for his life. Living Artillery not gonna have the range, but he's gonna take a tower shot. Dark Binding gonna get eaten, but the Dark Tormented Soil just pushing away Reign of King, so Drapius will live.
Whew, so that ended up being a 1-for-2, right? Because Malzahar was the only member of Reign of Kings to actually go down despite all the blinking health bars.
Yeah, it looks to be that way.
Although I could have sworn Ryox had died during that, but he's 1-0-4, so couldn't have been him.
Nope, could not have been him.
Alright, well, despite being 1k gold behind after that level 1 invade, Reign of Kings, pretty significant gold lead for 13 minutes in.
2.6k gold in the lead at 13 minutes. Not anything to sneeze at. That is 2 towers to 0, of one of which, of course, being Tower First Blood. And, but they are down an Infernal Dragon, and arguably the, it's kind of hard to call scaling here. Morgana, you know, we were talking about it the other day, because we did have a Morgana mid, in Diamond Cap, but, Morgana, as utility champions, kind of scale depending on what the other champions are in the game. If you have, like, a Warwick, for example, the use of Infinite Dress scales infinitely with whoever the enemy champion that you're making not do anything is. You know, so it's like, you ult a 0-1, like, or a 0-1, like, Sejuani, it's like, oh, okay, no big deal. But if you're ulting a 5-0 Kog'Maw, then he's not doing anything for those 2, 4, 5 seconds. That's a good, equalizer, but the Ocean Dragon goes over to the old Razzle Dazzle. Now all of them are running away. Reign of Kings so very low, but they are the ones who are coming out ahead right now, 2-0, but they're all so low. King Gilgalad gets a kill. They're all burning up. The old Razzle Dazzle cleans up the fight after the dragon.
Really well played on Razzle Dazzle's part. Honestly, Reign of Kings looked like they sort of got backed into a corner, and without the ability to move around as freely, they sort of panicked. That's what it seemed like. They seemed literally and figuratively cornered.
Yeah, so the old Razzle Dazzle, they are the ones who get the dragon. They come out ahead in the fight, 2 for 5. And now they're gonna get a tower too.
Yeah. Alright, so that's their second dragon. The gold lead is exactly even after that fight. 9-9, 2 towers to 1, 2 dragons on the side of the old Razzle Dazzle. It is hard to say who scales better here.
All right, once again, please avoid putting spoilers in Twitch chat. I have to clear it every time you do, because those are our policies.
But yeah, no, I want to say that Reign of Kings scales better here. They've got 3 pretty strong tanks, as well as 2 champions that can do quite a bit of DPS in the late game if they, get to stand in the fight unopposed for quite some time. But I mean, Vayne is like the embodiment of a late game champion, really.
Definitely.
Being able to basically four-shot tanks.
I mean, both of these AD carries are mostly tank buster AD carries. Arguably, actually, the Vayne scales better because Kog'Maw can't itemize armor or magic pen really very effectively, whereas Vayne obviously will go for the Last Whisper later on. Oh, Glacial Fissure invested. They're gonna catch Reverence with it. It gets the Black Shield. That's a good equalizer! Reign of Kings on the retreat now. The Flamespreader going in. Drapius going hard. He gets exhausted immediately. Boytoy going out with the Glacial Fissure just to keep his AD carry alive. And now Hadley coming in with the Flamespreader. Gets ulted by Wymo, who gets jumped on by Reverence. Cataclysm needs to be pulled down. He does finally get it. The Dark Binding comes out, and they're gonna burn away Lefty. The only kill of the fight so far, but Wymo will be caught by the Winter's Fight. Double kill goes over, but this is taunt onto the Morgana, and he'll go down. It's a 2 for 1 so far. Razzle Dazzle ahead.
Man.
And that's going to be the end of that fight for now. Reign of Kings are
still
looking
pushing
for the defense here. Jordan B69 slowly reaching with the red and blue buffs. Boytoy Troy trying to put damage down. Drapius looking for the free autos onto the tower that he can get. Rags not going to land the Shadow Dash. And they're going to get a winner's bite onto Jordan B69, but eaten up by Leave It to Wally. Going to get him out of there. Ryax trying to do what he can to play front line.
Yeah, Leave It to Wally's low, but he's still just hanging out here to act as just basically just a Mikhail's or Cleanse or something. Anything Kog'Maw happens to get hit by, he just tries to pull him back out.
Yeah.
Can't really engage, though, or be a big part of the fight.
300 gold ahead for Reign of Kings after all of that happens. Another tower goes down in their favor that will put them 1 point, or just under 1k gold in the lead now. Now Reign of Kings have been looking a little shaky in these last few team fights, and they're staring down the face of a 5-1 Vayne, empowered by the Black Shield to kind of just do whatever she wants because CC will not find her.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, everyone really knows that, but that's like the primary strength of that. It's like, magic damage shield, so that's solid. But being able to be immune to CC during that duration, you could throw that onto a carry, or just any sort of bruiser dive champion, or just someone you want to just go unfazed, and they can just let loose. It does pretty well with Kog'Maw too, for that same reason. He gets to just stand there and max attack speed away. Ryox might be able to make or break the game as well with his shin pick. If Vayne does go really ham for somebody.
Oh, they're using the ultimate from Wymo onto Drapius, but it's not enough damage. Reign of Kings were not ready. Ryox now running on the side. He's isolated. Lefty goes in with the Glacial Fissure. He does land it onto the Vayne, but there's no follow-up damage. Reign of Kings looking out of sorts in these last few fights. One person getting a good catch, but nobody to follow up. one after another. Nobody dies, but that's a lot invested by Reign of Kings and the old Razzle Dazzle. They still have all their ults. There's one used by Boy Toy Troy. That's a good Cataclysm. They use it onto Jordan B69. He's trying to do what he can. The stopwatch from Wymo, and now that's a good Shadow Dash, and they will turn it around. They've gotten the first kill of the fight. Lefty gonna fall, but Boy Toy Troy on the other side. King Gilgalad, nice stopwatch after the Soul Shackles. They'll stun them all up. Ryox looking for what he can do, gets the kill, double kill goes over, and Reign of Kings turn it around just as I say it. It's a 2 for 5 in their favor.
Alright, that was exactly what I was talking about before that fight broke out, is that Ryox has the ability to make or break a lot of these fights. His W saved the life of Lefty there for the entire duration of Spirit's Refuge? Is that what it's called?
That's what it's called.
And so, Sejuani getting to sit in there, she was the only one close enough to Vayne. Vayne had to get a little bit closer, started aiming some autos to people just outside of Spirit's Refuge, and immediately gets taken down after she has to step up. And Lefty doesn't even go down in the fight thanks to Ryox's W, so that can definitely make or break fights when your primary source of damage on your team is your Vayne. Yeah. Which that'll change later. Rumble and Morgana against low MR targets can do quite a bit of damage later in the game.
That is definitely the case, but you talk about low MR targets, you're staring down to Shen and Sejuani, who are what you call true tanks. Lefty gonna be found by Boy Toy Troy. Dark Binding is available, but he's gonna be able to Arctic Assault out the side. Oh, Hadley coming forward aggressively. That's a good Shadow Dash on the 2. And Boy Toy Troy gonna throw up the shield. The Equalizer gonna split the team. Grav Rift has to get out. The Glacial Prison goes wide. Ryox is gonna get eaten by Leave It to Wally just before he goes down. And nobody dies yet, but without Reign of King's primary tank, well, biggest tank at the time, the other one chunked down. It's gonna be and Cloud Drake going over to the side of the old Razzle Dazzle.
That's 3 dragons with a Rumble and a Morgana.
We had this discussion yesterday. They're actually they're the Elemental Dragon is the elder one, and the Elemental Drakes are the middle one. So it's a Cloud Drake.
Okay.
And an Infernal Drake and the Elder Dragon.
Gotcha. Well, with 3 Drakes already.
It doesn't matter. I'm just
okay. With 3 dragons already, Rumble and Morgana are going to be huge with a Elder Dragon, because the way that it works, you know, like resetting the ticks and it's a true damage.
Oh wow, Wymo goes for the flash ultimate onto King Gilgalad, but the Black Shield comes out just in time after the Stand United. Glacial Fissure knocks up 3, but they get the silence and King Gilgalad can't throw out anything.
If they are able to use all these Drakes with an Elder Dragon later in the game, Morgana Pool, Rumble Ult, Rumble Q are going to be massive in a big blown out fight, because they're going to be able to apply and reapply very quickly, regularly, and to lots of people, that true damage burn, which is going to be pretty big. Every Drake adds 45 true damage per second.
Yep.
It's with a base of 45.
45 base plus
45 for each.
45 for each elemental Drake you have.
So if they were to have, say, 4 and then pick up Elemental Dragon, then whew.
What is that? That's 215 true damage over 2 seconds.
Yes. 215.
Which, I mean, it is a DOT, but that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's true damage. So, like, you see a base damage says 300, you kind of...
Oh, hey, Ryox is going to taunt onto Boy Toy Troy, but he's a little bit by himself. Reign of Kings now coming around the side, and that'll be the end of that. I got excited for nothing, because it was just a taunt onto the Braum.
And you kind of start to, like, get a feel for, okay, through 300 base damage, I kind of know what that feels like based on playing champions who have
Boy
those
Toy
kinds of
Troy
abilities.
Base check.
Well, this
gets the Guardian Shield. Boy Toy Troy is taken very low, gets eaten up, but there's the Equalizer burning away Jordan B69. They don't have the Devour for him, and Boy Toy Troy gonna fall. But that's about half of the health off of Jordan B69. Or Living Artillery coming out. Dark Binding is gonna chip away at Leave It to Wally, but he still get the gray health to regen back up. And the Drapius needs to be very careful. The Glacial Prison was available. He was very far forward without the Morgana Black Shield. Close. Reign of Kings not ready to pull the trigger.
Yeah, it looks like it's hard to see sometimes in these fights, but the old Razzle Dazzle had no...
Oh wow, they knew he was there! They knew Drapius was there! They're gonna get onto him, he's gonna be able to get out! He's kiting away, that's a good Cataclysm, shifts Reign of Kings frontline away! They thought they had Drapius, but they didn't have the damage, they weren't all coordinated! Drapius gonna chase down Jordan B69 with the final hour!
Wow. They thought they caught Drapius, but
Oh.
Drapius caught them.
Okay, so
Razzle immediately turned on to that.
So,
fight to help
Reign
them.
of Kings, they had Malzahar ultimate ready. Drapius thought he was sneaky, he's hitting in that brush. Well, was on a ward. But Reign of Kings, they didn't go in at the same time rather. Weimel flashes forward, gets the Nether Grasp onto the AD carry, the Vayne of all people. He gets a black shield. It doesn't block the suppress, but it gives him enough of a magic damage shield to survive. He's able to back away, get a big fleet footwork, sustain auto attack off, and then the tanks are isolated by the Cataclysm, and Drapius is able to take him out. Oh, but the lefty almost gets in, but it's a Baron for the old Razzle Dazzle. It was very close, but they've got the ultimate back up. They're gonna kill off Breakfast. Boy Toy Troy gonna die to the Space Aids. They're gonna be transferred onto Drapius, the Equalizer. They condemn away Ryox, really nicely done, but it's only 3 members of the old Razzle Dazzle who will make it out with the Baron.
Ooh, and in the top lane, King Gilgalad barely gets away. Leave It While he almost stops that back, interrupts it. Whew, but yeah, before that big fight broke out, Boy Toy Troy, he was like getting aggressive because he's like, oh, I've got my team at my back. Little did he know there were 3 members of the enemy team standing in that bush, and he goes down. They're able to press mid off of it. That fight ended up being...
Oh, Hadley, what are you doing? Gets Shadow Dashed on. He's going to get taken out. Lefty picks up the kill. Drapius doing what he can. Ryax is going to get covered by Lefty as they take out the tower and back away. Hadley kind of just walked in to die there.
Yeah, just got a little bit too close.
That's one of the things.
Overestimated how much the tower was going to protect him.
Yeah. Plus, your Rumble's a champion that you can't really do a whole lot on when there's tanks there, because they'll CC you and you'll get melted because you're very short range, and you don't have any escapes or anything.
It takes Kog'Maw a comical amount of auto attacks to kill those Baroned melee minions.
Alright, Reign of Kings, they're all going to take a recall here. Going to spend some of the gold they got off of that one team fight out the Baron. The old Razzle Dazzle, they've got the Baron buff onto a few members, so we'll see what they can do with it. Not a whole lot as it stands. Just because after the Baron was gone down, the Reign of Kings were able to get their push on, catch a few members out, which meant that they couldn't go for a team fight. His Baron buff is about halfway up, but mostly neutralized at this time. 5 towers to 2, 800 gold in the lead for Reign of Kings after it all.
Yeah, getting this dragon's going to be important for the old Razzle Dazzle, because at this point, 3 towers down, they need as many dragons as they can get to stay competitive in the objective game this match.
Yeah, this is another Infernal Dragon spawning in 15 seconds, but that was a smite just used by Rev Rifts. I think he'll have another charge up.
Oh, wow, they're split
oh
up.
yeah, the old Razzle Dazzle split up. Ryax looking for the top, but he doesn't find it. Living Artillery, and actually Rev Rifts goes in onto them. That's a good Cataclysm. The Infinite or Nether Grasp rather used. Lefty is gonna be taken down by Drapius after it all. Boy Toy Troy dies to Jordan B69, but his Bioarcane Barrage is not alive. Drapius flashes aggressively. He's getting in there. Jordan B69 uses the stopwatch. He's just gonna die immediately afterwards. A Reign of Kings disaster strikes. Leave It to Wally will surely die to the Tormented Soil. If not, he will die to that Electro Harpoon. No, it's a kill for Drapius.
That's not who you wanted on. He should have just gone ahead and died. King Gilgalad and Hadley there.
10, 2, and 8 on Drapius's Vayne. This is a scary thing to be facing.
He had a pretty good position there for a Vayne. He got to sit right on the backside of the fight with his team engaging. Just sort of like kiting as you're engaging almost, because you're behind them as they run away. Like
the thing that makes Vayne really good in the late game, in addition to her damage being absolutely absurd as the game goes on, is that you can kind of just once the fight starts going well, you can kind of do those kind of aggressive flashes because of your passive that lets you chase down people. Kog'Maw, it's a lot better for Kog'Maw if you're kiting or standing in one place. He's not as good at chasing people down unless you're playing the Lulu Kog'Maw comp, in which case you can kind of do whatever you want.
No, yeah, Vayne, she's like kind of like Callista. They like to be pretty mobile. They like to move around the outside of the fight, not just stand in the far back, autoing a tank. Pretty mobile. And with her invisibility after tumble during her ult,
It's really powerful. Reign of Kings are
how she moves.
Oh man. Oh, the flag and drag in. There's the Cataclysm, but it's on to Lefty, who just gets eaten by Leave It to Wally. A relatively unuseful equalizer. And now Reign of Kings, they look to be ready to turn the fight, but they will not do it just yet. Stand United not available, so Ryox is not available for the fight. So they back away. Nicely done by Reign of Kings. I was getting a little ahead of myself. I would have lost us the fight if I were on Reign of Kings.
I didn't see if Sejuani had used her dash already, but you shouldn't ult somebody who has a dash.
And I mean, like, they Cataclysm ulted onto the Sejuani, Leave It to Wally just eats her up. A, that's a 10.
Yeah.
B, you got a Tahm Kench. C, she's got a dash.
I know, so... So
a little optimistic from the old Razzle Dazzle, if we're gonna say anything about it.
He definitely wants to save that ult for Waimul, because worst case scenario, that's like 8 times out of 10 you flash out of that ult. Being constricted to that small little space during a team fight is pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay.
You're bound to flash out.
Hadley in the bottom lane. They're gonna Abyssal Voyage 2 members up here, but the tower's already gone.
That was the perfect opportunity to engage.
Yeah, Razzle Dazzle, they didn't have vision of Reign of Kings, so they didn't feel safe about it. Boy Toy Troy jumps forward again, but now they're on the retreat. Reign of Kings, they know that Hadley's not there. He does have his teleport, but they've got the Stand United, which is faster. Glacial Prison used onto Boy Toy Troy. Now the teleport being channeled to Stand United onto the another one. Reverence is in, but he gets ulted instantly, but Waimul has to break it. The Soul Shackles onto multiple members after the Suns. That's a good equalizer. Jordan B69 is just sitting on it. What are they doing? They lose their AD carry. Lefty now the focus. Icathian Surprise not going to be there. Boy Toy Troy will die at the end. Here's Drapius around the backside. It's a triple kill. He's looking for the Quadra. He's got the Quadra. He's chasing down Ryox. This is going to be it. He's got the move speed. He's got the kill. It's going to be the pentakill for the AD carry of Razzle Dazzle.
She was 10-2-8. Now she's 15-2-8. She did make one mistake there. Leave It to Wally had a full health gray shield, and she spent quite a few autos on it. Generally, when it's that big, it's a waste of time. It expires after it expires after like 3 seconds, and then you can just hit him with that last auto to finish him off. So you might as well just auto the rest of the champions around you, because hitting that shield is
he had to make sure no one stole his Penta, dude.
But he did a great job getting lost in that fight, basically. A lot of these kinds of champions like Vayne are super good in solo queue especially, and not seen as much in pro play, because you can just get lost in a fight. This fight's going on, there's lots of abilities, lots of flashing going down, and she just starts tumbling and going invisible around the outskirts of this fight, and you just lose track of her, and she gets off so much damage.
If anything, that was like a really forced fight by Reign of Kings. They invested Lefty's Glacial Prison onto a Braum who had the time to throw out the Unbreakable, get some of that big damage reduction. Not to mention they were all very far away. It was the max range Sejuani ultimate onto the support, the tank support. And as a result, they didn't have a whole lot of cooldowns. They weren't ready to jump on the CC target and blow him up immediately. Jordan B69 stood on the equalizer for about 2 seconds. And hold on a second, they're going to catch the support again, but that's a good equalizer. Cuts off the entire corridor. Again, the forced fight from Reign of Kings. The Cataclysm finds multiple members. They Leave It to Wally, eats him up, pulls him out. Lefty is trying to do frontline Gilgalad. Flash Soul Shackles catches all of them. That's a really nice play by the mid laner of the old Razzle Dazzle.
King Gilgalad really balls the ultimate, but it pays off.
Yeah, he had the Zhonya's ready if he needed it, but he didn't end up needing it. Everyone on Reign of Kings just either ran or died. Now the old Razzle Dazzle, they're looking for the inhibitor. Living Artillery, close call on Reverence there. A couple more would kill him, but they won't give him the chance. They're going to pick up the inhibitor. They're going to back away. Hadley's already pushing down the bottom lane.
Alright, they're going to meet up with him and push for the second?
Looks to be the case. That's not the biggest of minion waves.
Spawn soon.
Yeah, but Jordan B69, he's trying to do what he can. Hadley is actually going down very low. He gets taunted. Jordan B69 picks up a kill. Boy Toy Troy runs away. He's got the Unbreakable. He's already flashed out. Good Dark Binding from King Gilgalad, but they eat him up, and Jordan B69 now back on the front line. Gets the QSS after the eat, I guess. A little bit of miscommunication there.
If a Tahm eats you...
Okay, now they're using the Abyssal Void. The Reign of Kings are going for the Rush Counter Baron. They
do have a... He's actually 9-5-11, so pretty pretty strong combo.
Yeah, and there's some
despite his team being
Malzahar with the
behind.
Andrew's Torment as well. But this is dangerous. Razzle Dazzle, they're teleporting their Rumble in. No, it's not the Rumble. It's King Gilgalad. The Rumble's dead. King Gilgalad, he does have the Soul Shackles. He does have the Zion. Dark Binding under the support, but he gets instantly ulted by Weimel. Random Kings pick up a kill in the mid lane. He couldn't even use the Soul Shackles. Weimel going very low, though. Dravius flashes forward. He's legendary. Meanwhile, Lefty in Reverence in the pit. There's a stolen Baron as Dravius is 1v3 in the back line. Jordan V69, the next to fall. He will finally die to Riots, but it's a one fight, the old Razzle Dazzle. They steal the Baron. Lefty doing what he can. A nice knockup from Reverence, but these are just some tanks. Hadley coming in the backside as Lefty falls down. Ignite for the kill from Void Toy Troy.
Woo! Woo! Quite the fight.
And that will more than likely be it. The Razzle Dazzle, they have a 3v1 on the map. They've got a big minion wave. They've got the Baron buff. Ryax is doing what he can, but what he can do is not a whole lot at this time. Rev does has a Cinder Hulk and a Thorn Mail, so he did pick up tower aggro. They're gonna back away. It's not quite the game, but they've got 4 dragons, 2 infernals, a third infernal on the way.
Oh man. 5 dragons. If this game happens to go on long, that Elder Dragon is going to be insanely powerful with Morgana Rumble and 5 Drakes.
And triple infernal of all things.
Yeah. Yeah, so Sejuani, she went for the smite on the Baron and left it with 11 health, unfortunately. After which Jarvan just went ahead and picked it right back up.
With just an auto too. And that's when it feels bad to be a tank jungler, because like your auto's like, I can't do it.
I can't even do 11 damage. Please.
Yeah, it's just Jarvan. He had the auto attack damage. He was able to pick up the Baron. Unfortunate for Reign of Kings, their gambit did not pay off. Drapius actually was 1v3 in the back line the entire time, picked up 2 kills before finally dying, but then Lefty paid the price.
Alright, now with that stolen Baron buff there, looks like they're just gonna shove
Down the mid lane.
down 5-man bot lane.
Or, yeah, the mid lane.
Sorry,
bot
I mean,
lane.
Reign
You're
of
right.
Kings
No,
is
no,
shoving
no.
mid
No,
lane.
you were right. I was thinking bot lane, but I said mid lane because I saw it, and this is why you look away, like you don't watch. Okay, when you play Simon Says, you don't ever look at Simon because he's gonna do something stupid that doesn't go. Oh, hold on a second! Ryax flash Shadow Dash, but Dravius has the Black Shield. Equalizer! That's so beautiful! They knock up 3 with Reverence knockup. The Cataclysm into the Equalizer. Razzle Dazzle running through Reign of Kings. Jordan B69 gets 2 shot, and now Leave It to Wally is now the focus. Dravius picks up the kill. It's an ace for 0, and that will most certainly be it.
Alright, well, after a flash dash from Ryox, it looked like because of the flash, he didn't have his cursor far enough, and his dash didn't go max distance, so it didn't catch Drapius. And that ends up being a fatal mistake, because his team immediately gets demolished by Jarvan ult plus Rumble.
And, you know, Rumble is a champion that falls off as the game goes on, but when you have 218 CS compared to 139 on the enemy Shen, when your team, like, his KDA does not tell the story of how well he did in this game. He was absolutely destroying in terms of damage in these team fights. So, the old Razzle Dazzle, 0-1 after week 1, 1-1 after week 2. They will catch up to Reign of Kings Platinum in terms of that score. That is game number 1 on the night. Thank you all so much for watching. We have 4 more games for you after this one. We're going to take a short break, and we'll see you in just a few minutes.
that's made of, baby, that's made of all that we find. Test the waters, ooh, it's hot. I think we're getting close. Racing through the waves, I want to be where nobody knows. Save me, baby.
Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Spring 2018 Week 2 of Platinum Capped. After the first game of the night, it was the old Razzle Dazzle, taking a win off of Reign of Kings Platinum.
Leaving them both 1-1 after Week 2.
Yep, and the next game we have is actually between two teams that both won in their Week 1 matchup. It is between Sky Fate and United as One's Platinum Cap team. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump into it right away. It is, of course, Sky Fate on the blue side up against United as One on the red side. And not anything to say just yet, really. Anything interesting about team compositions?
I don't really see anything that just like
Screams.
Well, Tarek and Rainguard kind of have a little bit of a combo, but
Yeah, I guess. I guess you also have the
Stun out of
Tristana
camouflage
Tarek
and-
combo, where you rocket jump aggressively and die instantly, but you get a stun up. All right, United is one going for the aggressive invade. Not quite getting the ward. Unlucky.
Since we are just hanging out here, I'll just do a little PSA for anyone who missed it. Don't forget, after you finish your Week 3 match, to submit the results using the form post in the captain's chat, rather than email. This should be
We have
easier.
a nice new form for submitting your OKLCS matches.
Less moving parts. You can take care of all of your post-match stuff at once. And if you forget how to do something, or you've never won a game, and you win one for the first time, and you're like, oh my god, how do I submit a raffle file? It has little helping parts for those parts.
Feels bad, man. Why are you gonna call me out like that?
But yeah, so any team that hasn't won yet, the forum helps you out in finding your match IDs, getting the match URL, and figuring out how to work with raffle files.
Alright, so both junglers going to be leashed onto their bottom lane buff. Mr. Quadra on the Ornn, playing up against Lionel on the Olaf. Now, Ornn was nerfed this patch.
He was. Unfortunately for Olaf, a big part of that nerf does not really matter for this matchup.
Yeah.
He can't actually interrupt his W with anything in his kit. But the ult cooldown, still a decent nerf.
Okay.
It was really frustrating back when it had a short cooldown, going 45% with ultimate hat on Ornn. You had like 30-something second cooldown on that ultimate.
So the Olaf pick is probably one of the more interesting things that we see in this game.
Yeah.
Olaf, Dazzle not going to land from Sky Fate's bottom lane. They did hit the level 2, so they know to go aggressive early on. Level 2 now acquired by United as One's bottom lane, but they do not have the wave in their favor, so they will have to concede a little bit. But the Olaf top lane, right? What do we think of that? It's something we haven't seen in a very long time.
Ooh.
Oh, hold on. Sentai Sage coming around on the Honoing. The Event Horizon not going to be very used. That's a good chain off of the Light Binding, off of the taunt. It will mean first blood for or actually, it goes to Sentai Sage of all people. Sentai Sage on the Rammus is the one who picks up first blood onto Honoin after a good gank. Did burn the Summoner heal as well, but the Summoner Flash available for the next one. We'll see how effective it can be.
Or does quite a bit of damage. He's Lionel so far struggling in this matchup.
Yep.
I do like seeing Jinx in these OKLCS games. I really like her. I'm glad that she's considered at least a viable AD carry now, thanks to her recent buffs to her Q.
Yeah, more importantly, nerfs to other
also
top
at
ADCs.
the same
Oh,
time.
good taunt from Sentai Sage, but it will possibly mean his death. Red buff taken away, but it's not going to be enough.
One more turret shot might have done it. Maybe not. It's hard to say early game.
Yeah, Sentai Sage had to flash out, though. Got caught in the jungle by an aggressive invade from Hyperroom. After seeing the Rammus gank, knowing that he's not going to have full health, Hyperroom going aggressive for the invade. And Mr. Quadra going in for a knock-up on Delino, but he has to flash out for the light binding. Hyperroom going to get executed. He feels that he was going to get caught running out the other side.
Getting executed, honestly, not so bad. You lose some time.
Yeah, but he was probably going to back any... Yeah, the KDA is the big one. He was probably going to back anyway. He doesn't give up any gold. It loses you a little bit of time. Now, Lionel going aggressive. Mr. Quadra going to get a good knock-up, and the ghost popped by Lionel, but he's continuing to fight. He's fighting on the other side of the map, so Lionel is actually going to pick up the solo kill onto Mr. Quadra.
That was close.
Interesting situation you had there. I'm not entirely sure. Dazzle gonna land onto Cricket, but the zap actually nicely sidestepped by Dr. Siggy Wiggy. Goosey now unloading with the explosive charge onto Cricket. He's gonna take about half of his HP out. Stand behind me onto Beerus. And nothing.
Just watching people see us.
Some watching. Oh, okay, so yeah, Jinx has been very popular recently in OKLCS, at least in the matches that I've seen anyway. I feel like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. She's gotten better comparatively.
Yeah.
She's
I mean,
rather
the
good.
buffs to her were really, really good for her mid game, which honestly, like, her identity before was just like, you either snowball or just wait till late game to actually do a lot.
Hyperroom jumping onto Sentai Sage, and that's all.
Yeah. But now they made her mid game a lot stronger, letting her get 130% attack speed by mid game, whereas before she was only getting 70 by mid to late game. So really, really big change for her. She can get a lot more attack speed out of that Q. Her chompers being able to stop dashes now also help her out in a lot of matchups. Actually,
yeah, that's a really big
quite a
change,
bit
actually.
as a backline champion. And the changes that they did to her Q alongside with her passive probably overall were really good for her as well. And honestly, just those things
that's
like
a
you
good
said.
light binding from Chrono Swift.
Those things like you said, on top of the fact that they nerfed, and some of them are coming in this patch, but over the last two patches, they've nerfed Kog'Maw, Vayne, Ezreal. I think there was a Tristana nerf, but I might be mistaken.
Happy days when Ezreal gets nerfed.
Just every AD carry that was considered top tier got nerfed, and at the same time that she got a pretty big buff. And so after next patch, especially with Kog'Maw maybe suffering, because they are lowering his on-hit damage from 5% from 7% to 5%, which is pretty big when you consider a lot of his strength that is building Guinsoo's and max attack speed. So very quickly you're losing a lot of max health damage. So with that, in mind, Jinx looks even better because of how she can scale pretty well into the late game with
not to mention
long-range AoE critting, like...
Yeah, and not to mention that a lot of the ADCs in OKLCS have been long-time Jinx players and they just never get to play their favorite champion because it's not a very good one. Mr. Quadra getting ganked by Sentai Sage, gonna get taunted up, Ragnarok pop for the extra AD, just gonna throw the Undertow through him for the kill. The Ram comes in and says, oh man, you don't have anyone. Dazzle gonna land onto one. Beerus is gonna get jumped on by Goosey, but there's the concussive blows, and here's Hyperroom jumping out of the brush, but he's only level 5. Rengar cannot find the Bola, uses the empowered Q onto nothing.
Rengar, isn't he getting changed reverted in 8.3, or did they scrap that?
I don't know when it is, but Chrono Shift, you're gonna find Dr. Siggy Wiggy looking for the light binding. They're trying to not let him juke it. Light binding gonna come out now. He will get caught by it. There's the dazzle onto all three. Really nicely done. That Hyper Room gonna jump on him, but Dr. Siggy Wiggy pops thanks to the auto attack from Chrono Shift. Here comes Honoin. The Event Horizon drops down, but the United is one already backed away.
If anyone does know, let me know if that Rengar change actually came through in chat.
Oh boy.
Curious. I don't know if it's in the 8.3 patch notes or not.
A little optimistic from Chrono Shifty. He didn't even wait to see if that light binding landed before he threw out his ultimate. And now he's in the Event Horizon for Honoin, but he walks into the stun for whatever reason.
It's a little bit hard to see the hitbox, you know? He's just trying to dodge the W.
I mean, he already dodged the W by the time
did,
he
you're
walked
right.
into the stun.
The sad thing is, later in the game, all it takes for Vygar to kill you as a squishy champion is a QR.
Yeah.
So
Vygar,
W not even necessary later on.
I don't know if anyone was paying attention when Benjamin and I casted on Sunday, but Vygar's pretty silly of a champion.
Yeah, there's a couple
what is it?
mid
It's like a 2.5 second 100% AP ratio, 1500 damage W. Event Horizon.
Oh my goodness.
Champion. So
No
silly.
Rengar changes in 8.3. Okay, so they might have reverted it or pushed it back then.
Good.
But they were talking about changing his Q back to being an auto reset, which sounds like they're not doing for now. I would prefer it to be the skill shot, honestly.
I would too. That's a good Event Horizon. Now, Hyper Room just jumps onto him. Primordial Burst used. Chrono Shifty using the barrier. He light binds him under tower. Hyper Room taking some damage. Summoner Heal comes up for Honoin to keep him alive. Here's the Call of the Forge God trying to snipe him out. Hyper Room's the one who gets sniped. And
Chrono
Chrono
Shifty survives
Swifty
the ult there and
with a flash.
picks up a kill as well.
Yeah. And this is something you see from a lot of these. And I don't mean to generalize or anything. But a lot of people who play champions like Rengar or Lee Sin, you tend to see them overcommit quite a bit onto these mid lane ganks, end up dying for it quite a few times. It is a recurring trend in OKLCS that I get to watch every time it happens. It's really fun, actually. Oh, meanwhile, that's a nice buster shot from Goosey. Teleport canceled from Hono. It was Honoin's teleport. He has the Summoner Spellbook, or the Unsealed Spellbook, rather.
Unsealed Spellbook is pretty cool.
Yep.
25%, maybe a little much.
But it depends on what you mean by cool. That's a nice light binding. Oh, max range, really. Chrono Shifty just gonna auto him for a little bit extra damage, but Unsealed Spellbook depends on what you mean by cool.
I think it's pretty cool. The other day,
cool
I had
idea.
just backed, and a fight breaks out bot lane, and I switch from exhaust to teleport, and just boop, teleport down to bot lane.
I think
That's
it's a
for the
cool.
moment.
I think the ability to change summoner spells is a cool concept. I don't think it's cool when everyone and their mom is taking it just for the summoner spell cooldown,
Yeah.
and you don't even
have to
change your
change your
things for it to
summoners.
be good.
Your
You
flash is just like 180 seconds with Boots of Lucidity, and you're like, yeah, I can live with this.
I'm talking about game design when it comes to League of Legends. The Dazzle onto Cricket throws up the Unbreakable, and you see he actually blocked the explosive shot damage with it. And the Infernal Dragon actually goes down in favor of United as one.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it. I actually don't like Stopwatch.
How come you don't like Stopwatch?
How come I don't like Stopwatch? It's not just it's overpowered. I just think I don't know. It can be cool. It raises the skill cap of the, like 6 to 10 minute mark. But it is very frustrating when inspiration's strong enough that everyone's taking it all the time.
The nice thing that they, like, if you read the patch notes that came out today, they're like, you get too much gold from building Stopwatch and the free boots, so they're now in the same tier, you can only take one.
I do like that because while it doesn't nerf Stopwatch, it does nerf inspiration.
Yeah.
Which means if you do want to go Stopwatch...
Oh, close on that Dazzle. They do know Sentai Sage is here, but Hyper Room is on his way down, it looks like. He just blast coned over the side.
If you do want to go Stopwatch, you're not getting as much for it in terms of gold, and you also have to sacrifice you also have to sacrifice because...
Oh, they're
putting all
rocket
of
jumping
the-
in! Cosmic Radiance coming out! That's a two-man Dazzle! Sentai Sage coming around! They've got Honoween on his way down, but there's a taunt on him! There's the Hyper Room jumping on the Beerus! Good Glacial Fissure, but it's not enough to save the 80 carry! Honoween uses the Summoner Healing, Ignite comes out, Dazzle comes out as well! And they will keep Honoween alive for one more second as Lion-O teleports in, gets the kill! He's now fighting in the middle, 1v3! There's a shield coming out from Dr. Siggy Wiggy, Hyper Room gonna be able to make it out. It's a 1-4-2 in favor of Sky Fate! Was also Lion-O's teleport, so overall a pretty large swing in their favor.
Yeah.
But they are still down 1.5k gold lead, or 1.5k gold. Dazzle not going to be able to stop Lion-O, and Cricket will get out scot-free as well.
But yeah. So I don't know. So if you do want to take stopwatch now, you have to make some sacrifices because they're trying to put what are considered the weakest masteries in the inspiration
and,
trees.
Well, Mr. Quadra gonna pick up Tower First Blood thanks to that teleport he went.
It. Well,
with
wow,
the
those
Demolish.
do very low damage.
Yeah, he had Demolish. That was enough. And Sentai Sage gonna try and get him for it. The Powerball is gonna land. He's gonna flash it, get taunted back in. Lion-O looking for it. Undertow is gonna land. Call of the Forge God coming out, but I don't think it'll save him. He's gonna knock up one, but it's not gonna be enough. Mr. Quadra just doing what he can. He actually does a decent chunk of damage. And the final spark to try and KS misses. Whatever. Chrono Swifty missing out on that one. Oh, they're rocket jumping in. Go Goosey gets onto Cricket, but the Dazzle not gonna land for very long. It got the Unbreakable from Cricket. Light Binding from Chrono Swifty trying to steal the blue buff away as United is one. Sentai Sage and Lion-O steal away the Rift Herald. Steal, I mean sneak. These words.
That's not a spoiler. Why clear? It seemed like a spoiler. However,
Meanwhile, the Rift Herald being dropped in the mid lane by United as one. Alright, Honoween gonna throw up the Event Horizon just for some safety. Rift Herald's knocking away at that mid lane tower. Meanwhile, Dr. Siggy comes around, but he's a little bit isolated here. Flashes, Event Horizon gonna come down, but he's not gonna be able to survive. Final Spark comes out, it doesn't really do a whole lot, but Hyper jumping on the Beer, Summoner Hill comes out, he flashes away. He's going back into the brush, he can't get onto the 80 carry. Now he's in the middle of United as one. He will get cut down by Cricket's auto attack. What an interesting situation we had there by Sky Fate. I'm not sure where they thought they were coming. Event Horizon gonna be used to push the minion waves away, but now means that nothing can stop Sentai Sage. There's a light binding on the two! Chrono Swifty, they get the Honoween as Chrono Swifty taking tower, gonna get the Summoner Barrier. Here's the Call of the Forge God, he dies before he can throw it out, looking for the revenge kill onto Chrono Swifty. And United as one get a few more kills. Event Horizon not being utilized very effectively this game. You gotta be aware of how to use that ability to its fullest potential.
You have to spam it right.
Sentai Sage getting jumped on by Goosey. Dazzle gonna miss. Powerball comes out. There's the Prismatic Barrier. It's gonna be enough. Sentai Sage gets ignited. He will finally die, but it will be the final spark under Goosey. One more auto attack. Will it be enough? The ignite from Cricket. Will it be enough? Dazzle comes out. Cricket's going to get stunned up. He's rooted in place by Hyper Room. He jumps onto Chrono Swifty and he will make it out, as will Goosey. I think he had to burn his Summoner Heal to survive.
He did. He was very low with that ignite taking down.
But in the end, United as one get out essentially scot-free. Sentai Sage going down at the end, but they get more towers for it. 2 towers to 1 now. Gonna sidestep the Dazzle, but there was nobody coming from Sky Fate. Beerus really didn't even have to do anything. Now Sky Fate, they find themselves 3.8k gold down. An Infernal Drake, and arguably the better late game in favor of United as one. Of course, Honoween will outscale Chrono Swifty. It's just the nature of Vigar. But this is a Jinx you're dealing with. This is a Rammus you're dealing with. This is a Braum, and Braum is also a very good late scaling support. Granted, so is Tarek, but holy cow. This is Jinx with a Braum. Alright, Sensei Sage looking for a gank onto Mr. Quadra. He's got his tower here still. He's gonna get to. Oh, that actually interrupted the dash with a powerball. Now he's taunted. He's slowed. Lion-O just gonna pop the Righteous Glory. Or no, sorry, that's Mr. Quadra's Righteous Glory. It's not really gonna have any effect as he goes down for the 5th time this game. Sentai Sage is making the ganks happen.
3-13. United One also has an Inferno, and down goes another turret as well.
Yeah, 3 towers to 1 now, and all that Skyfate will get in response is the Ocean Dragon. Ocean Drake, I'm sorry. Sometimes you need more syllables in the words. Event Horizon gonna land onto Chrono Swifty, as will the Dark Matter. Honowin actually took about half of his health in damage for that.
Braum actually does well.
Oh wow! Hyperroom jumps on, gets a good 2-man dazzle, but Sentai Sage is here. He taunts up Goosey. Event Horizon goes down. Cricket walks into the stun, but it's not gonna matter. Chrono Swifty's on a killing spree. Now Hyperroom getting chased away by the members of United One. Dazzle and the last one from Beerus will pick up the kill. Now it's Dr. Sigewiki getting ghosted on by Lion-O. Dazzle is just gonna stun him all up and just gonna stall out his death because there's all the slows. Lion-O goes unstoppable with the reckless swing. Now Chrono Swifty needs to be very careful. Mr. Quadra comes in with the knockup, but there's enough shielding from Chrono Swifty. Now he's gonna get stunned up. Call the Forge Guard. Will it be enough? No, because he gets stunned. He will get the kill. Shutdown goes over. Chrono Swifty dies. Lion-O picks up the top mid laner. Meanwhile, Mr. Quadra goes down to Super Mega Death Rocket, rings true from Beerus. And United is One pick up the delayed ace and what looks to be probably 2 more towers. 1 in the mid and 1 in the bot.
Alright, and even more towers go down in favor of United as One.
Skyfate, they've just been getting ganked out of their mind by Sentai Sage. Sentai Sage has been doing really well this game on this Rammus pick. And Hyperroom, despite that early invade, he wasn't able to pick up a kill, has not had nearly as effective of ganks. United is One. If there's one thing about this team that we can say, it is definitely that they live up to their name. They're all on the same page constantly. We saw, even though they came in 3rd place last split, again, they did come in 3rd place last split.
Yeah.
Even though they came in 3rd place last split, it can be, like, I don't think it can be argued that they were more on the same page than the members of the other 2 teams at playoffs, Pigs Might Fly and Oklahoma Gold Rush.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. You can tell that they've played with each other quite a bit of time, for quite a long time. Alright, they're starting to get vision up around this Baron. Definitely a possibility with their Jinx being pretty strong with these 3 finished items.
Yeah, United is One. They're just continuing to clear out vision, make it very dangerous for Skyfate to try and do anything. And Hyperroom is actually going to get slowed up by Lion-O. The Call of the Forge God is going to knock out Chrono Swifty. He's stunned up by the Event Horizon. Now they all rocket jump forward. Cosmic Radiance and the Primordial Burst will kill off the mid laner of United as One. Sentai Sage gets in, but that's a 2-man dazzle. Beerus now getting jumped up by multiple members of Skyfate with Summoner Heal. He gets jumped away. Buster Shot, not enough. Goosey goes down. Dr. Sigewiki doing what he can, but he's just a support. Honui now in the bad spot. Sentai Sage is just running through them with the rock. With the Tremors, they kill off everybody. Triple kill for Beerus in the whole time. And now Mr. Quadra is going to get powerballed on, taunted back up Lion-O. And we've seen this one before. Olaf and Rammus just chasing down a poor Ornn. And they get jumped. Cricket's going to help out this time. Mr. Quadra will get stunned. He will get taken out. And it will be the ace for United as One. No, come on. Oh, there it is.
Yes, chasing down that poor Ornn.
Alright, inhibitor for United as One goes down in the mid lane as Skyfate starts to respawn, but they will be able to back away just in time.
Really big fight. It didn't look so great. The members of United as One were a little bit scattered as that fight was breaking out, and Chrono Swifty got CC locked and taken out right at the beginning.
Yeah,
oh, so what?
He jumped into the middle of United as One without any vision. Beerus goes dominating, and now he's ripping through Skyfate. Primordial Burst will kill off Sentai Sage, but now Beerus is free to run through them. Without the Primordial Burst, they will not have the speed to catch him. The jungler dead will mean they can't go for the Baron. a super aggressive play from the Goosey there. The Sky Fate on their last leg, 6 towers to 1, 11, almost 12k gold down. The Baron is being cleared of vision by United as one. Yeah, there it is. That's like all their vision in that area. It's like all of it. They have one. You see it on the...
Just one. Just one. Alright, this Baron is definitely doable. Sentai Sage is going to be able to tank this for quite a while. And this Jinx now finished an LDR on top of those 3 items she had earlier.
Yeah. I've always, not always, that's not true. But last week, we complimented Beerus for his foresight in his build on this AD carry. He's done it again. I actually really like this once more. He's got the Lord Dominic's regards as his 3rd item as opposed to going for the greedy 3rd crit item because you've got the Sunfire Cape and the Righteous Glory on the Ornn. Granted, the Ornn is a little bit 1 and 7 right now, but it shows forethought. I'm a big fan. Baron is going to go down in favor of United as one close. Call the Forge God comes through, knocks up 3. Sky Fate, I don't even think they want to fight. Why do they have to? Light Binding's going to land. Chrono Shifty just autos him down. Summoner Heal comes out. Final Spark is going to ring true. It's a kill for Chrono Shifty as the Terror goes down. Beerus is now running through them. And that is going to be United as one picking up 3 kills. Maybe 4? Super Mega Death Market doesn't land. Mr. Quadro not going to get caught by the winner's fight, but it will mean Cricket jumps forward onto him. Lionel needs to stop taking the tower or else he's going to die. Cricket wants to get the kill for his team. And there comes the rest of United as one. The Baron buff on the Super Minion wave. Hyper Room and Mr. Quadro, not a whole lot they can do. Light Binding lands again. Glacial Fissure knocks him up. Beerus goes godlike as the Nexus towers are falling. Number 1 is down already. Number 2, very quick to follow. United is 1, caught by the Event Horizon. Sky Fate doing what they can to stop it, but Sentai Sage is actually really taking right now. Final Split comes out. There's the Cosmic Radiance. Sky Fate will be alive. For now, Sentai Sage falls, but United is 1. All they have to do is heal the Nexus. Hit it! Oh my goodness. Beerus is going to dodge away from the Dazzle. Dr. Siki Wiki follows down. Goosey Rocket jumps away, and now they will finally focus on the Nexus. United is 1, go 2-0 in week 2 of OKLCS.
Alright, GG. Well played both teams, but they were able to really use their organized play and early game leads to snowball the rest of that game. So well played, one.
Nicely done by United as one. I look forward to seeing more of them.
Yeah.
They are quite the veterans to the OKLCS for an overused term on my part. In any case, that is the end of the 2nd game of the night. We have 3 more for you following the break. We're going to take one as it stands right now. See you in just a few minutes, and thank you all so much for watching.
Take me to a state of mind that's made up, baby, that's made of all that we find. Electric, feel it in your hands. Hypnotic, watch our bodies dance. Happiness, this is what we stand.
Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Spring 2018 Platinum Capped Week 2. We just saw United as one.
That's what we just
I'm
saw.
getting ahead of myself. United as one take a victory over Sky Fate. Both of those teams were 1-0 going into Week 2, and now United as one has secured their spot at the top of the standings, but we'll see for how long.
Yeah.
Got a lot of weeks left. As it is right now, we are going to get into our third game of the night, which is between BBB Brahms Bodybuilders and Oklahoma Platinum Rush.
Platinum Rush. OGR.
OGR. Okay. It is
right off the bat. There's a Vi and a LeBlanc.
Oh,
pretty bursty combo. They can definitely blow Shafty up before he has any time to react in this mid lane.
Yeah. So it is Brahms Bodybuilders. They are coming off of a loss in Week 1, whereas Oklahoma Platinum Rush, they're coming off of a win in Week number 1. So they have the chance to tie up United as one at the top of the standings here in this game. And it looks like we're going to have yet another level 1 invade. Oklahoma Platinum Rush on the bottom side of the map. Walking into the red side jungle. Speed Machine's actually down here, so... Oh, wait, what is going on? Dark Binding! Ooh, flash away from Speed Machine. I just noticed that Speed Machine's down here, and the bottom lane of BBB is up there.
It's a lane swap.
Is this a lane swap?
We haven't seen one of these since, like, early Season 7, I feel like.
Early Season 7.
It's been some time since lane swapping at the start of the game has been a meta thing.
Yeah, but I think it's even more than Season 7.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I meant, when I said early, I mean early.
I think it's been a pretty long time since this has been a thing.
Gotcha.
In any case, Showtime is going to start up on his red buff, it looks like.
Good to see LeBlanc. She actually had a pretty interesting part in all the lore reworks that they've done with all the Noxus characters. Yeah. She's like, maybe not even alive anymore is the thing, and like just sort of her magic lives on. Like, and there's like illusions of her everywhere.
I thought she was Jarvan.
Continuing on. Huh?
I thought she was Jarvan. BBB on the top side of the map with their duo lane. They will be shoving in onto Echo through time on this Shen. Shen is a little bit nicer of a champion to try and see us under tower with. Because he can just pop the Spirit's Refuge on himself, stand in one place. That is, once he hits level 2, Legit is doing what he can to put some damage onto the tower with the explosive shot, but actually, they got backdoor plating at the last second as Echo Third Time takes out the melees. Troidalor going aggressive onto Shafty. He's going to get the ethereal chains onto him. On the bottom side of the map, Speed Machine under his own tower, Echo Third Time doing what he can. He's going to get stunned up by its napalm once again. Going to take the explosive charge damage from Legit, put on the tower. And, well, let's see this lane swap shenanigans. Now, in general, I would say this actually favors Oklahoma Platinum Rush, even though BBB are the ones who initiated this. For the sole actually for a number of reasons. Infernal Dragons on the bottom side of the map. Oklahoma, well, I guess that in theory, Oklahoma Platinum Rush does lose out on a bit of lane dominance. In general, in the early stages of the game, the Shen will bully out the Cho'Gath because he can just dash onto him and press Q and hit him a bunch of times. Additionally, the Morgana Varus lane is a double ranged matchup with the Black Shield to counter the Leona.
Oh,
meanwhile,
wow.
Zenith Blade in on Echo Through Time. He's actually going to flash out, gets the Shadow Dash, and its Napalm is going to survive. First Blood goes over to Legit, but now its Napalm is getting actually fine because there's no other members of Oklahoma Platinum Rush in the area. Nicely done by BBB. Alright, Troidalor is going to get onto Shafty. Actually gets the Ethereal Chains after the flash. Echo Third Time teleported back to his lane, trying to pick up the CS as best he can. And this is an interesting strat by Brahms Bodybuilders. I would be interested to know how they practice these lane swaps. Alright, and Troidalor gonna get jumped on by Showtime, but Ethereal Chains mean that it won't be of much impact. He's actually just going to continue to throw out some damage onto Showtime, make it a little bit harder for him to go back into his own jungle. It's Napalm just continuing to keep Echo Through Time away from the wave, just stunning him at every opportunity. The Aftershock after the shield. Jordalor looking for Shafty. Some more damage onto the squishy Ziggs champion. Now, what were we saying? Oh, in general, Oklahoma Platinum Rush loses out in terms of lane matchups.
Yeah.
The Shen will generally bully out the Cho'Gath, and then the double range duo lane would probably be able to shove in onto the bot lane of BBB. It's Napalm, they're gonna taunt up, and it's Napalm, and he'll take a couple tower shots for it. Legit will also take one as he takes a tower aggro.
Trying to shove for this first tower blood, though. I'm gonna go ahead and
It's
pin.
about
Okay,
half. It's at about half.
Sometimes the health bars on these objectives are too tall for directed camera to notice.
Yeah, and they think that with the Tristana, with the explosive shot you can put on the towers, you'll probably take the tower a little bit faster than the Varus will. Additionally, since Echo Through Time is... Oh, that's a good taunt! It's Napalm! Summoner Heal comes out from Legit to keep his support alive. Oklahoma Platinum Rush, though, on their bottom lane, they're actually almost done. Emma Hudson coming in with the Vault Breaker is going to land on its Napalm. The blue smite comes down, and it's going to be a kill for Oklahoma Platinum Rush's jungler. Legit rocket jumps out to safety.
I might be mistaken here, but to end lane swapping early game, I believe they put stronger backdoor plating on top lane turrets rather than bot lane ones.
That's correct.
Which is why, despite being very aggressive for turret damage,
Yeah.
they are still well behind the enemy bot lane in this lane. And maybe they don't know that, maybe they do, but they wanted to do it anyway. But they did that on change on purpose to make it to where if you did make this swap, like they have done this game, you can't do significant damage to the turret until
Echo
7
Through
minutes.
Time with some good taunts onto Legit, but he was in the middle of a very large minion wave.
Like, they've been going really ham for turret damage, and they might lose.
Yeah,
because
they
the backdoor
might
plating
lose.
isn't as significant.
It's not backdoor plating, it's just plating.
Oh, no, you're right. It's called
But
plating.
yeah, until 8 minutes, and like, this was a change that was implemented a long time ago. Back when it was very common to see the lane swaps, but it's still there. 8 minutes for the Zenith Blade onto him, but the Black Shield will stop the stun. The Dark Binding lands onto Speed Machine. He's gonna take some damage from Windosaurus on the way out.
Yeah, lane swaps, not as much of a thing. Despite Tristana being a great tower taker and being aggressive on that tower, still well behind in the race for first tower.
Jordalor gonna jump onto Shafty. He's gonna nicely dodge the ethereal chains, but LeBlanc trading, kind of hard to deal with.
Explain why it went wrong? It's what we said a minute ago. Top lane turrets are tankier early game,
Yeah.
so it is much harder to actually take them.
Yeah. Increased tankiness until 8 minutes. They have lane swapped back, but it might be too little too late by BBB. Oh no, this isn't a lane swap back. They just moved their support bot.
They did. They just moved their support bot.
Oh. Okay.
Interesting.
Well, they're trying really hard to make Tower First Blood a possibility, but without the Leona, they're zoning away the Shen. It's a lot harder for Legit to shove the wave in. Now, Windosaurus actually up a large amount of CS compared to Legit. Arcane Comet was the keystone choice for Speed Machine. We just saw it pop there. I'm very interested in that one. I know it's a thing that people take sometimes, but...
Wow, a lot of damage on the Echo Through Time.
Yeah, he does have the BF sword. Windosaurus has not yet taken his recall. Windosaurus. Oh, Dark Binding is gonna land. Silverhammer gonna come forward with a two-man Soul Shackles. The Zenith Blade on in. And the meanwhile, the top lane, Echo Through Time getting under Legit. They Buster Shot him out, and Echo Through Time will actually die. He got tower aggro. Chain of Corruption was used to keep
he does go
Windosaurus
down.
alive. He flashed and healed. He did die. He did die. You're right. How did he die?
I guess he must have gone down to red buff. That's the only thing, or some
But Shen
delayed
got the-
auto attacks
oh, no,
that
Vi
were
did-
chasing
Vi
him
did get
from
the kill.
minions.
Oh, Silverhammer gonna take the Rupture to the face. Wow, that's interesting. I want to know exactly what happened, because that was kind of like stuff was happening bot and then stuff happened top all of a sudden. Silverhammer gonna get a Dark Binding onto its Napalm. Just gonna throw the Tormented Soil, just be a general nuisance as Morgana often is. Speed Machine gonna try and trigger, cancel some recalls. The Black Shield will be cancel the Rupture. Explosive Cast knocks Windosaurus into the Solar Flare. The stopwatch being
He's
used to
about to
dodge
get
the stun,
eaten.
but he's gonna get eaten by Speed Machine. Now they get Silver Hammer as well. BBB with a nice quick 2 kills. Troidlor now getting jumping onto Shafty. He's gonna have to work through the explosive minefield. Gets the second ethereal chance after missing the first. The barrier comes out. Shafty is going very low. Stopwatches in the middle of nowhere. And Troidlor, he's gonna flash over the side. They follow a flash over the Mega Inferno Bomb onto Troidlor. And Shafty, one more auto. Troidlor picks up the kill. Solo him
Enough
out.
damage early game.
Yeah, look how hard Shafty is getting. He's getting zoned from CS. He just got solo killed by LeBlanc. And this is a lane that normally Shafty is playing very aggressively on the Ziggs, and now he's been forced under tower. He just got soloed out. He's gonna be and it's a LeBlanc. It's really hard once you fall behind.
Yeah, so he used his W to try to disengage LeBlanc, when really he should have used W to propel himself. You can push yourself quite a bit farther with Ziggs W than you can push an enemy away.
Yeah.
So
Ideally, you want to push like the two people opposite directions, but obviously LeBlanc's not often gonna let you do that with how many.
No.
Right, so Echo through time, he's down a little bit of CS, but the enemy bottom lane just got double killed, so BBB feeling pretty good as it is right now. Echo through time gonna taunt onto its napalm as the explosive charge pops up from legit onto the tower. Tower First Blood still on the table, and at 10 minutes there's no more of that extra plating. I think it's called early game plating. The solar flare onto Echo through time and its napalm is just gonna allow legit gonna do damage to the tower. They jump onto him with the rocket jump. He misses the stun thanks to the Spirit's Refuge, but it's not gonna be enough. And BBB with a decisive play got Tower First Blood and a kill. The Infernal Dragon goes down in favor of OGR. But they've got 4 members continuing to push in the top lane for BPB.
Yeah, interesting. So we're at like well past the the early game when these top lane towers are tankier, and now with between Ziggs and his passive and Tristana and her satchel charge.
No, it's the explosive charge.
Oh,
The
his satchel charge.
is
You're right. Explosive charge is Tristana. My bad. But between those, it's quite a bit easier.
So Oklahoma, well, okay. The one saving grace that they have right now is Troidlor is gigantic.
Yes.
I look at his CS compared to Shafty. Shafty is getting shafted. He's down 40 CS to Troidlor's LeBlanc, and it's a LeBlanc. Additionally, you've got a slight CS lead on Windosaurus over legit, but that's 3-kill Tristana. Emma Hudson 2-0. He's also up over Showtime. Showtime's been spending a lot of time in lanes, continuing to help get tower damage off. Ethereal Tank's gonna land on the Shafty. Not gonna quite pop, and Troidlor is having to walk out the other way. The scene is played on the Silver Hammer. He flashes away. The Soul Shackles, Solar Flare used but missed.
I feel like they just all pressed R at the same time,
Yeah,
despite the flash going out.
Interesting. Alright, now Troidlor getting chased away by multiple members of BBB. BBB on the early death ball. They're kind of all walking around trying to take towers all together. Seems to be what's going on. They just sent 5 people bot. Alright, the Rupture from Speed Machine. They're just trying to clear out the wave, push it really hard into this lane. The one thing, there is a relative lack of wave clear on the side of OGR. They do have a Varus, but, Varus's wave clear hasn't been all that great for a while. Rupture gonna knock up
nice
multiple members. That's a good chain of correction. It is only gonna root up 1. Showtime now getting jumped on by Emma Hudson. He's got, going very low, but he's got the Aftershock, and there's the taunt from Echo through time. He's gonna get the Spirit's Refuge onto himself. Windosaurus picks up. Showtime is the first kill of the fight. Echo through time continuing to go in. They stun up Echo through time with its Napalm's Q. Dark Lightning gonna go wide. Rupture comes out. Speed Machine. They almost get Silver Hammer. Assault and Battery on legit as he rocket jumps in. The taunt is gonna land on the Shafty, and it's gonna be another kill for Windosaurus.
Man, if Tristana had been able to do that jump unopposed, she was going to pick up Silver Hammer and potentially Troidlor, who at the time was kind of low.
Well, I don't think that's true, because Silver Hammer would have stopwatched, and then he would have died because he just jumped into the middle of the enemy team.
Yes, but Silver Hammer did just say in chat that he always forgets to use stopwatch.
Even in that situation, yes. Even if he didn't have stopwatch, I think it was a mistake to try and jump in the enemy team.
I agree. I agree.
In general, don't do that. Just a tip, wise words. The Speed Machine gonna try and clear out the wave without dying to Troidlor. I think he might have failed at that last one.
Oops. I mean, I guess not that oops. Eating a minion still does provide you stacks, but...
Yeah. Well, Trotolor is 2-0-2 with a 40 CS lead over his lane opponent. He's a very large LeBlanc right now. Oklahoma Platinum Rush also going to pick up the Rift Herald, so now after everything, they're up 1.6k gold. Silverhammer going to get the Black Shield onto himself, throws out the Dark Binding as BBB back away.
They might start pressing for this here. Back when they were really trying to give all the mid laners who just did a bunch of AoE magic damage identity, they gave Ziggs a pretty cool one.
Ziggs'
being the
identity
turret
is
nuker.
the Siege. Trotolor flashes through the ethereal chains, has to flash away to avoid getting rooted in place, even after the satchel charge. If you get hit by that, the range like the tether range is longer than the range of the ability itself. As is the case with a lot of abilities of that nature.
Karma W.
Karma W, Fiddlesticks Drain.
Morgana ult, I think, actually stretches a little bit farther than...
Legit is now getting jumped on by Emma Hudson, who's got the Assault and Battery available if he needs it. He's going to go very low, but he will use the ultimate. Speed Machine teleports in and eats him up for... That wasn't actually the eat, but it was the damage. He's going for the AP Cho'Gath. Morella Namicon is the first item for Speed Machine. Good Rupture onto Trotolor will make him... get him out of there.
You're right, it is AP Cho'Gath.
That explains the Arcane Comet.
Honestly, AP Cho'Gath isn't even that bad. Tank Cho'Gath is, like, arguably just better. But AP Cho'Gath isn't terrible.
It's not terrible, but honestly, it's basically objectively worse.
No, that's what
Like
I said. It's definitely
the
like,
one thing
not
AP
as
Cho'Gath, the one thing
versatile.
AP Cho'Gath has over good Cho'Gath is the ability to do damage from a lot longer range. When your tank Cho'Gath, unless you can get close in to do feast damage, you're basically just threatening space. Oh, that's a Solar Flare flashed away from by Windosaurus. They're stunning up Silver Hammer. Dark Binding goes out, and he's gonna Soul Shackle. Stopwatch. He didn't forget it this time. Chain of Corruption onto its Napalm. The Stand United comes out. Its Napalm is gonna die, but they will trade Silver Hammer, so it's a support for the support.
In that top lane fight earlier, I did go to
Showtime flashes, body slams a minion. What is going on? BBB. Now they're on the run. Trotolor comes in. Ethereal Chains. Emma Hudson knocks away somebody. Showtime going down. And Trotolor will just auto him. The piercing arrow is all that's necessary. Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Trade 1 for 4 at the end of the day. Okay. So the top laners just hitting each other a few times as Oklahoma Platinum Rush cleans out the mid lane.
But yeah, well done, Vi, earlier on that. Oh wait. Oh man.
Did not even have the feast.
Yeah. But right. So Vi saved her ult until the end of that fight with Tristana because she knew if she ulted her too soon, Tristana was just gonna ult her away and then try to rocket jump disengage. She actually got ulted as she ulted Tristana, which like she got pushed back a little bit briefly, but then immediately charged forward.
Oh, Speed Machine going for an aggressive play on to Echo through time, but he's got Trotolor coming in through the Tri-Brush, and Speed Machine's on the wrong side of this. He's gonna look for the feast. He's gotta get it. The Ethereal Chain's not enough. Echo through time gonna get killed, but Speed Machine, he's now rooted in place, but he's got a little bit of tanking. His Silver Hammer flashing away. Trotolor gonna get knocked up by the Rupture, taking some minion damage. Ignite goes down. He's gonna stopwatch the minions doing what they can to keep Trotolor from killing their master, but it will not be enough. Trotolor 4-0-5 on LeBlanc.
It'd be so cool to see a champion with some passive where they can like command minions. You just like build up a slow push and then take control and just this army of minions walk over to Dragon. You're like, what's happening? It would be a pretty bad passive, honestly, because it'd be hard to make use of that and they die quickly. But it would be an interesting and fun one to
Echo through
watch.
time didn't use the... I think he used the Rift Herald. Oh, he did at the last second. He used it at the last second because he respawned just as it was about to expire. Close. So that Rift Herald will be walking down the mid lane as BBB pick up a tower on the bottom lane thanks to the Shafty passive.
Windosaurus playing Varus, which, in my experience, the champions that take Guinsoo's are the AD carry champions that take Guinsoo's are the snowballiest. It is pretty nuts to watch Varus or Kog'Maw get a lot of their items early after like just getting a lot of kills in a fight. Alright, it helps them out.
Oh, Windosaurus gonna get jumped on by its napalm, but Emma Hudson over here standing the Shadow Dash in, but legit is gonna get assault and battered. Emma Hudson on a killing spree. That was just a solo kill. Soul Shock is coming in from Silver Hammer. Mega Inferno Bomb used by Shafty. He knew he was going down. He tried to help his team, but it's not enough. And Oklahoma Platinum Rush are on the enemy jungle. BBB on the run.
Alright, well, looking pretty good for OGR right now. 15-9. They're up almost 2k gold. And
2.4k.
Huh?
2.4.
Yeah, 2.4k. They are down towers. They're looking to remedy that, though. They do have
Shadow Dash in, Echo through time, and Emma Hudson around the backside. That's a good body slam and a good explosive cast that splits up the team, but Emma Hudson just running through them. He's 7-1-4. He's a big boy Vi. Windosaurus is going to get stunned up, and he will get the Sand United. He's still alive. He will get shut down by Legit with the explosive charge. It's Napalm looking
Legit,
for
where are you going?
one. He rocket jumps over. He just abandoned his support. He's going for the enemy support. Silver Hammer going to get slowed by the red buff. One more auto attack from Legit. Will be enough. Yes, it will. There it is. Rocket jumps forward, looking for that go through time. Gets the shield. Spirit's Refuge not available. Shadow dashes out. Summoner Heal comes out from Legit. Meanwhile, Emma Hudson and Turtle are looking for Shafty. Turtle are looking for something risky, but he's not gonna go for it. Doesn't want those Dark Seal stacks. He wants it. Oh no! The Summonary and the Raptors take him out. Turtle thought he was sneaky, but there was the ward there. Shafty procs the Raptors as well as does damage to Turtle. The Summonary and the Raptors. The minions for Shafty just killing off the enemy mid laner. That's 4 Dark Seal stacks lost for the LeBlanc. We'll go a long way to making this game, bringing this game back for BBB. Again, they are still up 4 towers to 1, but Oklahoma Platinum Rush, they're all so large right now. 7-1-6 on Emma Hudson's Vi, 6-1-5 on Troidlor's LeBlanc. Windosaurus 2 items, 5-2-4 on Varus. He's got a 60 CS lead over Legit.
Channeling my Casey Dots here. Wow, Cho'Gath looking pretty big. Just in terms of literal size,
Yeah.
not
super big in terms of game. Dark Binding gonna find it's
Shafty might
Napalm
be in
Shafty
trouble.
getting jumped on by Windosaurus. Chain of Corruption after the flash. The Sage Machine flashes for the rupture. Shafty's gonna live! The Assault and Battery will ensure that he does not. Explosive Cast knocks him back away after the Buster Shot. There's the stopwatch for Emma Hudson. Troidler trying to find Legit. Flashes for it. The Gunblade active will shut him down. The stopwatch for Speed. That's the Zanyas for Speed Machine. He will go down to the Ignite for Troidler.
How would you ignite him there? He's so low.
He wanted the Dark Seal stacks back. That's what he wanted. Those 2 kills he just got him back to 10 stacks exactly.
All right.
It wasn't worth. It's not worth. It's not,
Okay, no, I mean, I don't think it's worth either, but all right.
Such greedy plays by the members of Oklahoma Platinum Rush, but it's turning out well for them.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna go clear that bot lane. They still are just pretty behind in towers.
I mean, they're not really doing anything when they kill people. They're just sort of wandering around. This is... yeah. Wandering around after getting kills is generally not what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Echo through time, clearing out a minion wave on the top side of the map. He's the behind member of Oklahoma Platinum Rush, so he's left to cleaning
for Baron here, but
Yeah,
the enemy team has
BBB.
vision of him.
Yeah, that control ward does not actually catch that ward in the back of the pit. There is vision going down in favor of Oklahoma Platinum Rush, but BBB, they're looking for it still. It's at half. They've got a Cho'Gath. They will have the superior smite if they can get it down fast enough. Showtime actually about to get executed. He flashes away. Chain of Corruption straight down the middle. Sanding out on Mel Hudson as he goes in. Windosaurus gets the kill. Napalm is going to fall to the redemption from Silver Hammer. That's a double kill for the support, and the Baron taken away by Oklahoma Platinum Rush.
Well, dang.
And Shafty's gonna die.
All right, and that's the ace. It looks like they're gonna get an inhibitor at least here.
Yep. When you steal the Baron, ace the enemy team for 0, like, just standing around, you can't actually help but get objectives. Because the minions will be like, hey, we have Baron, come on, guys. It's like the Barons are, the Baron minions are like, come on, guys, it's time to actually do something with our lead.
Despite that, only tied in towers.
It was a ballsy play from BBB, but I felt like it was one they kind of had to make. They should have peeled a little faster, I think. That would have been the way to save that play, but in the end it ends up being a huge swing in favor of Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Double Infernal on their side as well now.
Alright, an OGR gonna back here. Although Varus hasn't... Okay, there he goes. Good.
Yep.
Good. He's got the enhanced recall. He's plenty safe. Looks like they're just gonna choose bot or top and just start shoving out. They've got double Infernal, they've got Mountain Drake, and they've still, for a little while, are gonna have that Baron.
Shortlore has upgraded his Dark Seal into the Magi Soul Stealer.
I mean, you might as well. He's 10-1 and 5. No reason not to.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even if he gets shut down at this point and the Magi becomes worthless, their team is so far ahead.
Yeah.
And he is an individual is so far ahead that he can kind of do whatever he wants.
Looks like they're collapsing on Shafty here. Here comes Charlor over the wall.
The Ethereal Chains land. The Chain of Corruption for good measure. It's going to be another kill for Oklahoma Platinum Rush.
Poor Shafty uses barrier, doesn't even get anything.
Thinks he's sneaky, but BBB, they know he's there. The Zenith Blade in, but that's a lot of damage. Trollor comes in to help out his jungler. The Redemption keeps Emma Hudson alive. Explosive Cast knocks in the wrong way. Windosaurus over the side. Double kill for Trollor. It's going to be another one. And 4 members of BBB down as 2 members of Oklahoma Platinum Rush pushing in the top. 3 in the bottom lane. It's a full house here. 22 stacks for Trollor's Magi's.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna get every inhib here, if not win the game.
Nah, I mean, at this point, you know.
No, it's a possibility being how ahead they are. If anybody comes out here, they might not
Zanya's, he thought Trollor was gonna full commit, but it's gonna mean his death! Oklahoma Platinum Rush 3-man down the top laner, and Shafty is doing what he can, but Trollor is just gonna come through, blow him up! And go godlike as his team ends the game. It's going to be Oklahoma Platinum Rush going 2-0 and tying with United as 1 for the first place spot in Platinum Cap in OKLCS Spring 2018. Just end the game, guys. There it is.
Alrighty. Good game. OGR just plays a really clean game. They
I wouldn't call it clean, but it was a nice game to be sure.
But yeah, it's like the lane swap at the beginning of the game just doesn't really pay off. They are eventually able to get something for it, but they have to sacrifice so much. Their Gragas and their Cho'Gath got pretty behind, while the Varus got quite a bit more ahead than the Tristana could.
Yeah, I mean, they did end up getting the first 2 towers of the game, but then it kind of all just fell apart.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I think the biggest thing is that BBB, they wanted to continue the pressure. They wanted to keep the pressure up, continue pushing down those towers, but as a result, they wanted to group up for it. 5 members pushing down towers all over the map, and obviously that paid off for a little bit. You saw they were up in towers for a large part of the game,
Yeah.
but they were not funneling they were like all in the same place. Minions were being wasted on other parts of the map, and that results in the CS deficits you see in both mid and ADC, as well as the jungle. But in any case, OGR 2-0, now tied up with United as 1 for that first place spot in Platinum Capped. We're going to take a short break. We have 2 more games in Platinum Capped on the week, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Thank you all so much for watching. Oh shoot. Oops. Wrong order. Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Spring 2018, Week 2 of Platinum Cap. We just saw Oklahoma Platinum Rush take down BBB in a, not the cleanest, but a pretty convincing game. We have 2 more games for you tonight, the first of which will be between Gecko Slammed Armageddon and Ironman, by the way. Without further ado, we'll jump into that game and get it started. It is, of course, Gecko Slammed Armageddon on the blue side up against Ironman, by the way, on the red side. Gecko's GSM, as we'll be referring to them, by the way. It's GSM, not GSA, for whatever reason. Never really understood why. There have been a few explanations.
Mageddon? Like, just Mageddon?
Yeah. There's been a few explanations. Nothing really concrete has stood out. But they are 1-0 after week 1, whereas Ironman, by the way, are coming off of a loss in week number 1.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
And we'll see how it goes. A Budinsko
And
on
I believe that this isn't a sub for Ironman, by the way. I'm pretty sure Demon Pug changed his name to give me the titties.
Yes, that's correct.
Could you maybe
Alright,
get out of the way?
Poppy Top, what do you have to say about this, Jack, as the resident Poppy player?
I don't know if I'm the resident. I like Poppy Top, though. It's pretty good.
The resident Poppy player. Well, you
In
play
this
Poppy.
team comp, I wouldn't have picked Poppy. I think you should only pick Poppy if there are like 3 champions on the other team with moderately important to their kit dashes.
I mean,
If
you
they
can,
have-
block, you can block Kane. That's a pretty
If they
important
have,
part of his kit.
you know, like Tristana Azir Shin or something, you know, like pick Poppy.
Zac.
If they have Ornn, like top lane and some other dash it, like Ornn Zac, you know, that's pretty good. You can stop quite a bit of their engage and their CC with a Poppy, but against an immobile bot lane, immobile mid laner, a top laner that also doesn't have a dash.
Not
I
a
wouldn't-
dash you could stop it.
I wouldn't pick Poppy.
Yeah. It is a little questionable, the Poppy pick in this game by
There's still things, you know, that are cool about Poppy. But, you know, they had to balance her a while back to make it to where she was balanced. Because she was, like, a strong pick in your average game and an amazing pick, like, just overpowered pick in a game where a lot of enemies had dashes. So they've dialed that back to where she's okay without a lot of dashes, but, like, strong when there are a lot of dashes.
Just for curious, why are you guys showing the first ad? We try and pick the game that is the more interesting one to watch. And just at a glance, this one looked a bit more interesting to watch. I could be wrong, but we don't have the time to watch in detail both all of the
Plus,
games.
then we would just be spoiling the entire game for ourselves as well.
Yeah, Give Me the Tendies is actually getting jumped on by Waldo in his own jungle. He tries to take his red buff. Actually, the red buff stolen by Waldo, so that will be a triple buff start for the jungler of GSM.
Waldo-
Give Me the Tendies
is gonna
jumps
be in
onto him,
trouble here.
and actually Budinsko actually is able to follow.
I see.
First blood picked up for the top laner of Ironman, by the way.
Oh, all those autos onto that melee minion doesn't get the kill.
Budinsko now with
Nice,
double
double
buffs.
buffs.
Ooh, that is a rough one to deal with for Levis. Is it
Levi's?
Levis or Levi's? It's either
Probably
Levis or
Levi's.
Levi's. Alright, there's a Shadow Dash. Instantly eaten by Silver Spade. Naked Beekeeper doesn't even look like he took damage. Okay.
Poppy can still do decently in top lane matchups that are tanks because of her Q. Gives her
Hammer
a decent
shot.
bit of
Yeah, Silver
Gives her-
Spade and Soul just trading onto one another. The Spirit's Refuge blocks away a few auto attacks. Will not let him get the stun. Actually, he flashes for the E after the auto attack. He's gonna spin him out. The Ignite goes down. Summoner heal from Bot. A Force Shot is gonna come out, and Silver Spade is gonna get out as Naked Beekeeper picks up the kill.
He just
Flashing
needs to dodge
forward,
the
or
E here.
Summoner healing for it. Yeah, there he doesn't have enough feathers, and Force Shot gonna be forced away. Nicely done by the bottom lane of GSM. And Budinsko gonna stun up Levis under the into the wall, rather. Gonna trade with some red buff,
He
but
wasn't doing
Budinsko took a
super well in that trade,
yeah, Budinsko took quite a bit of damage from the minions. The E will now give you minion aggro, so That's a thing that'll happen. Now Badinsko and Levis just continuing to trade in. Waldo coming in for a gank on Demon Prince. He'll get room prisoned up. Running away, will dodge away from the E as well. So Demon Prince comes out none the worse for wear, but it will mean a few of those precious stacks for Waldo. Another stun from Badinsko onto Levis. He's taking a lot of damage. Hammer Shock and the red buff taking away. Aftershock will pop. And he will make it out. Badinsko could have gone for more with his flash, but I don't know if he wanted to risk it. Levis did also have his flash.
I wonder if either of these champions in mid lane are going to end up actually having any kill pressure on each other.
These are two of the currently top tier mid laners. After Rise gets changed, we'll see. We probably will see his popularity die down a little bit when you can't stopwatch.
I mean, yeah, like the fact that you get stopwatch around the same time you get level 6 basically just gives you a free get out of jail free card.
Yeah, with your realm warp, you
really
can,
early game too.
You can stopwatch and just stand on your ultimate and teleport out for free. Can't do that anymore. The stopwatch and Zanyos will now cancel your ultimate just like CC will after this patch comes through on Wednesday. Tomorrow.
Hey, almost got Seymour with a bit of combo there.
Yeah, this is pretty quiet mid lane. I'm surprised that Demon Prince has not actually taken a recall yet. Normally you see Rises push the first wave and recall instantly to start stacking that Tear of the Goddess.
If we can see here soon if Poppy took Grasp or not. If she took Grasp, she should be... Nope, doesn't look like she took Grasp. So Aftershock then? In a tank matchup like this, okay, that was Grasp, never mind.
Just didn't have the
Have it stacked
the
up
stack,
there.
yeah.
That's part of what I think makes Poppy pretty good. She can do lots of like little short trades in lane. If she would be doing that more with Maokai, literally just to stack Grasp. I mean,
Yeah.
just by spamming Grasp as often as you can generate quite a bit of bonus health for yourself.
Alright. GSM's bottom lane continuing to shove aggressively. Fourth shot actually doing well in terms of CS. He's up a little bit. And we'll watch them farm.
Yep.
Farming is fun.
Pretty passive.
Farming
game
is
so
actually
far.
fun, it's just not fun to watch, that's all.
Yes.
Alright.
Oh, he got trapped in his minions there.
But-
Poor Levi.
But Dinsko is starting to win out these trades very effectively. Kind of like what you were saying, you can win the trades pretty effectively by getting both of the procs of the Hammer Shock off. Onto tanks, very effective, good damage. You can also shove harder. Maokai is one of the tanks that can kind of shove when you use the Bramble Smash, but he's very mana hungry. This is interesting. Seymour's actually made his way bottom lane. He's got his flash, and
Here's a 4-man.
Fourth shot is running away. They're going to get the slow onto him with Silver Spades and Tongue Lash, and he'll flash away himself, so...
That looks more like maybe a Xayah ult moment.
Yeah, maybe.
Much shorter cooldown than Flash.
Who knows, dude? Unsealed Spellbook is running rampant right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Seymour is gonna come in, just silence up Demon Prince on his way in. Give him some space aids. I mean Malefic Visions. And I'd really like them to fight.
I know. 8 minutes in. Not much has happened since that early game invade.
Yeah, unfortunately for Waldo, his solo lanes were not able to collapse as fast as that of Ironman, by the way.
He's doing very well despite dying early on.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna get a suppress onto Soul, spit him back out. He's gonna taunt back away. That's a good blade caller on Silver Spade. He's gonna
Wait
have
for
to
that
pop
shield
the
to
Great
die
out.
down.
There's the Chain of Corruption, and now Fourth shot taking a lot of damage. Gonna have to pop the Featherstorm to avoid getting shot down by Naked Beekeeper.
It's another situation where after Tom presses shield, you need to just stop hitting him because it's just honestly not worth it unless you have your whole team there to melt it down.
Yep. Unless you believe you can hard commit to kill him, just stop hitting him because you're gonna lose trades because
I mean, you could just follow him. Like, just save time walking towards him by not auto-attacking. But then by the time the shield pops, you're closer than you
Naked
would have been
Beekeeper
if you had been...
probably kills you if you're just standing there on it. not autoing anything.
Oh, I meant if he's running away like he was. Like if you're not autoing him while you chase
Soul
him.
looking for the taunt. Shadow Dash Flash gets to both members of GSM, but Waldo's here. Both teleports being channeled. Silver Spade, the first kill of the fight. Shot getting jumped on by the Umbral Trespass, and Levis is here. Give me the tendies. He's going very low. Gonna pop the stopwatch just to stop the time. Poppy comes in. Budinsko gets the Keeper's Verdict. Waldo gonna die. Shot still alive. Now Levis is surrounded by the members of Iron Man, by the way. He's gonna go in for the Shadow. One on the fourth shot. Budinsko flashes for the stun. Double kill for the top laner of Iron Man, by the way.
Down and kill everybody.
Yeah, that's exactly what is happening. Budinsko with the double buffs, just continuing to auto onto Seymour. He's looking for more. He gets the stun into the wall, and the stopwatch will keep him alive.
Passive?
Gonna need the buckler. Yes, it's enough, and he gets the shield back. He's gonna live.
The tanks teleport down and kill everybody.
Well, actually, Levis is the tank that teleported down. He's actually going very low. Soul came back in with the Stand United. Budinsko gonna take up the tower, get another kill as Soul takes the tower. Here's the Abyssal Voyage! And Silver Spade coming back in, and he won't get anything. What in the world just happened? So, that was Soul. That was whole thing started when Soul Shadow Dash Flash got both Naked Beekeeper and Silver Spade. Naked Beekeeper and Silver Spade both died fairly quickly. Stopwatch was used by Gimme the Tendies to stall for time. And
oh my goodness, another
oh
teleport.
my goodness, Infernal Dragon being started, but Iron Man, by the way, he jumps back in. It's actually taken by Seymour. The smite was too early. Nethergrass comes out. Soul is gonna live. He's gonna get the Chain of Corruption. No, he gets the Space Age refresh. Fourth shot now going down. Another one. Triple kill goes over to Seymour.
Wow. Well, after 8.5 minutes of nothing happening, this game has been bloody for basically the last 2 or 3.
Holy cow. Members from all over the map coming in. Budinsko, like you said, Budinsko, and I'm being told it's Levi's, like the jeans.
I think that GSM has a player named Levi. So I was calling him, I'm just saying Levi, because I don't want to say Levi's.
And actually, it's funnily enough, Soul was hit level 6 off of a kill when he died. He hit level 6 off of a kill after he would die because you can still get EXP if you get the assist. Respawn, Stand United back into the fight. Budinsko actually is fairly large on this Poppy right now. Soul now getting jumped on. Silver Spade is actually having to pop the Grey Health. Shot doing what he can. Almost got the Gwynsu's Rage Blade on for Naked Beekeeper, but when you don't have the full Gwynsu's Rage Blade, it's really awkward.
Yeah.
Budinsko, he's able to pick up the shield, and actually here comes a Waldo. He's gonna stun him up into the wall. That's a lot of damage from the Poppy. Keeper's Verdict knocks away the Maokai. Waldo now getting jumped on by Budinsko, but he's out of mana, out of time, can't go for any more. Iron Man, by the way, they have a very large front line. They have a 5-0 Poppy, 21 CS up over... I'm not even gonna try and say it.
Over Levi's, right?
Yeah, Levi's. But on the other hand, Seymour and Naked Beekeeper, they both are sitting at fairly respectable KDAs.
Yeah.
3-1-0, 2-1-2. The Gwynsu's Rage Blade soon to be completed for Naked Beekeeper. It continues to get these free autos off on the fourth shot. It's gonna be up to Budinsko to really just sit on Naked Beekeeper, stun him into the wall, while Silver Spade's not around. Because otherwise, then you can't do anything.
Ooh, wow.
So, Naked Beekeeper putting the damage on the Soul. Demon Print gonna sidestep. Oh, the Nethergrass used, but the QSS early bought by Demon Print. Nicely done.
I mean, honestly, can't really blame him.
That makes a lot of sense. Oh, a noble attempt by Gimme the Tendies, but instead he walks in and walks out.
Soul's getting poked down so low in this lane.
Yeah. That's the Tongue Lash for you, plus the Varus doing quite good damage. Budinsko trying to do what he can, but he's gonna get caught under tower. Really doesn't matter, these are just two tanks fighting each other. They could like stand on their tower for all it takes, and no one would die. Well, okay, I take it back. Levi's is taking a lot of damage, but Insko is doing quite a bit. Right, Rift Herald started up by Ironman, by the way.
Ooh, but here comes Kane.
Yeah, but Insko gonna knock him into the wall as Seymour comes in, but he's got no ultimate. You remember, you used it on Demon Prince, and they've killed off Waldo. They root collar up Silver Spade under tower. He's taking some damage, but he's got the great health. He's got no danger. Ironman, by the way, pick up the Rift Herald. Hand it off to Badinsko.
Man. Ironman's, by the way, his bot lane has been taking a beating this game.
Tower First Blood is still on the table, so they probably need to get someone down here to help them defend it here pretty soon before it goes down. Either that or go hard commit for that top lane one. Soul missing the Shadow Dash means he's going to get punished for it.
They've done a good job of keeping up for the most part. It's just in these trades, they're just constantly losing these trades.
Yeah.
And it just
more importantly,
looks like
getting
they're taking a
shoved in.
beating.
There's chip damage from Naked Beekeeper onto the tower. Soul gonna Shadow Dash in, and here's the teleport coming in from Badinsko. Levi's is gonna follow, but it's a little bit slow. Silver Spade gonna get knocked into the wall. It's gonna be unkill for Soul. They used Levi's ultimate. They're gonna root him up, but Demon Prince has come around the backside. He had to Realm Warp in. Soul gonna get the taunt, and Levi's is gonna flash out. He's gonna get followed by Badinsko. Gets the heal from Naked Beekeeper. Fall shot gonna go in. Demon Prince follows, but Levi's gets the magic. Stand United comes out. Badinsko gonna live. Force shot going very low, and here's Waldo flashes in, gets 2 kills. And now Soul is gonna get the Umbral Trespass, but Dinsko getting kited away. He's gonna have to run away. Shadow Dash over the side. He gets this ton into the wall, but now he's all alone. Keeper's Verdict being channeled. Gonna knock away Waldo and walk himself out of there. Give me the tennies now, jumping onto Seymour, but he is gonna get Nether Grasp, and it's gonna be a mistake by the jungler of Iron Man, by the way.
Dang. Quite a lot of violence.
Waldo now jumped on once again by Badinsko.
Oops.
Not gonna find anything there. They're just gonna leave. Leave as in Levi's.
I think the correct pronunciation is, based on what he said in chat, is Levi.
Levi.
I think.
But that's V-I, that's Vi. Levi.
I know.
Levi's. Double buffs for the mid laner of GSM, and Tower First Blood goes down in their favor as well. Finally, that chip damage for Naked Beekeeper pays off. Oh no, I see it. You're right, it's Levi.
Alright. Infernal Drake is up. Let's see how these teams react to it. Early collapse on the side of Iron Man, by the way, and it doesn't look like the members
GSM
are
not ready
close enough yet.
Yeah. Iron Man, by the way, this could be them equalizing the Infernal Dragons. GSM, Waldo is around. He's going to Shadow Step through. Smite doesn't come through. It's secured by Gimme the Tendies. And Iron Man, by the way, even up the Infernal Dragons. But the Ritual popped down by Badinsko in the mid lane. Levi's is going to be able to not do anything as the Ritual barrels into the tower. Iron Man, by the way, they're still looking for their first tower of the game. GSM just coming in to defend.
Alright, well, Iron Man, by the way, a little bit spread out now. Some of their members heading to bot lane, but they might lose a mid turret.
GSM, they got a lot of people here. That's all 5 plus Levi's Demolish Mastery. And Iron Man, by the way, gonna have to give that one up. Well, I mean, they didn't have to give that one up, but they end up giving that one up.
Alright, well, 2 towers to 0 in favor of GSM. Thanks to that, that's what's giving them this slight gold lead they have right now.
Just over 1k in their favor. Fairly large CS lead in favor of both solo lanes on the side of Iron Man, by the way. And that's kind of why it's not bigger than the 1.2k we see right now. Demon Print going for a relatively defensive Rise build, the Tear of the Goddess into the Abyssal Mask, and I've seen this a few times. I don't see a lot of Rise though. Rise is a hard champion to play, so.
He is, and he also needs a little bit of an organized team to make full use of his ults sometimes. So, you don't get to see him as often in solo queue, nor do people practice him as much, because they'd have to play him in solo queue.
Yeah.
Very much just kind of a sort of competitive play niche pick.
man. There's some good action. Fight some more, please. Alright, Badinsko doing what he can to clear out the minion wave. He's gonna stun. Oh, the Bombi Cinder got Levi's Tower Aggro. Chain of Corruption being used, but Badinsko going very low. Just Keeper's Verdict actually gonna knock away Levi's, and Naked Beekeeper is the focus as Give Me the Tendies comes in and just works him down. I thought it was a mistake to knock out Levi's, but then I realized that everyone was coming so they could just dogpile onto Naked Beekeeper. Now Levi's might have stayed a little too long. He's isolated. Give Me the Tendies coming in. He's got a serrated Dirk and there's no real well, okay, I take it.
Nice.
He's got a Sunfire Cave. His Shadow Dash used on Seymour. He's
going
going very
down.
low. He's got his Keeper. Yeah, he's gonna use Featherstorm to break it. Give Me the Tendies gonna die to the Umbral Trespass, but not before flashing to get Levi's. And now it's a 2v1. While they're running for his life, he's gonna take a lot of damage from Demon Prince, and Badinsko just gonna get onto him. He's gonna dash through. He's got the damage, but he doesn't have enough. Demon Prince gonna go get the kill. Now Silver Spade is the one gonna get rooted up. Force shot going for it. The great health pop.
But I feel like that's like the thematically correct way to play Tom. Just get really greedy for that eat, no matter who's hitting you.
A big misplay by Seymour to try and ult onto Force Shot while the Shadow Dash was available. I don't even know why you'd stay there, to be honest with you. A little greedy by Seymour, if I do say so myself. Demon Print gonna just put the combo on the Naked Beekeeper, realize he's losing that trade because he's got no damage, and there's a Wit's End on Naked Beekeeper's side.
He has built nothing but tier and MR.
Fair enough that he gets some damage from mana, which both the tier, obviously, and the Abyssal Mask do have that, but it's not a lot of damage. You're right.
Alright, well he finishes his, is that Seraphs or Archangels? I can't tell.
It is the Archangels.
Gotcha.
It's not quite the Seraph's Embrace. That's at the QSS. He also has the Mercury's Tread, so he's going for a very defensive build. Lots of MR. And, you know, that's kind of fair. You've got Varus, who does a decent chunk of magic damage thanks to the Gwynsus and the Wit's End. You've got Maokai, you've got Malzahar.
I think it's his passive, does
It's
percent
his
max
W
health.
passive.
His
It's
W passive. Does like percent max health magic damage on every time he stacks up his autos on champions.
And then then does an ability on him, Alright, Give Me the Tendies coming around, just throwing out the Void Spikes, being relatively annoying as Kha'Zix does. Levy's gonna get eaten up by Silver Spade.
Do you remember the days of mid lane Kha'Zix so long ago?
I do remember those days.
Those were bad
It's a
times.
long time. Those were bad times. Mid lane Master Yi, that was bad times.
Did not enjoy
Oh,
that.
Chain of Corruption onto Soul. They're gonna use the Tongue Lash. He's gonna have to Shadow. Oh, good
nice.
job by Seymour to catch him out of the Shadow Dash. Now, while they're gonna knock up onto Give Me the Tendies, he's gonna hop out of there. He's got a big hop. Now, Demon Prince gonna turn around some damage, but not a whole lot on the Naked Beekeeper. Iron Man, by the way.
Kha'Zix went ahead and evolved his W, and he's using it for like, it's really good poke. I think it slows for quite a bit as well.
It does slow it quite a bit if you upgrade it.
Yeah, you know, if you have, yeah, exactly. So he evolved his W, and
Oh, it's Lev-Is. It's Lev-Is. 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 It's Lev-Is. According to Twitch chat. Lev-Is.
according to Levi himself, I mean Levis himself, I guess. Lev-Is.
Lev-Is. Game's nothing's happening, that's why we're talking about this.
Look, these teams look like they might want to turret dive, but Kha'Zix might get caught. No, he's gonna get away.
Yeah, no one's gonna get caught. No one wants to do anything. Come on. Fight already! That's what we want. Oh, okay.
Tom?
Yep. Tom Kent, baby!
Tom and Stopwatch, man. Anti-fun. No.
I mean, it is, but... Tom Kench is like the champion that stifles playmaking, really. Oh, but Demon Prince is a little bit isolated. Now Badinsko is the one in there while they're looking for the Dragon Steel as Badinsko goes in. Chain of Corruption misses from Naked Beekeeper. There's the ultimate used, and Badinsko getting, or Demon Prince rather, being ulted up. He's gonna get eaten up, and Silver Spade gonna get the Stand United coming out. Oh no, it's on to the wrong person. I'm sorry. Silver Spade gonna pop the stopwatch, and Demon Prince gonna get the kill.
Nice,
Silver's
yeah.
Force Shot gets him down. There's the Feather Storm being used, but Naked Beekeeper does not get rooted up. Now Levis is running away. He's gonna get slowed up. He's gonna get rooted. He's gonna get killed up. Double kill for the Force Shot. shot on the side of Iron Man. By the way, it's a 3-0 in their favor.
Man, having Malzahar and Zaya in the same game makes team fights look just like a cluster F. There's just there's little minions and purple pools and purple feathers just flying everywhere.
So Iron Man, by the way, they got the Mountain Drake. They got the win in that team fight, 3-0, and they get the they're gonna get the tower as well. Iron Man, by the way, now on the run back out. They were not able to close out the inhibitor.
Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Waldo.
Nice reference.
Iron Man, by the way, are able to get out safely.
Poppy getting very ahead ever since she was able to pick up that kill early game onto Kane's, and after Kane's invade, she's been roaming all over the map and snowballing that lead quite a bit.
The counter Baron. It's time. GSM go for the counter Baron. The Leandri's Torment and a high DPS Varus. Badinsko knows it's happening. The ward goes down. He's gonna do what he can, but it's just him. The Demon Prince coming around the side, but he gets rooted up. Chain of Corruption. That's a good two-man knockup. They eat up Waldo so that he doesn't take too much damage, and Badinsko gonna get the Umbra Trespass. He's gonna go down. Shutdown goes over to the jungler of GSM, but they've let the enemy jungler get in. It's taken by the support. Silverspade picks up the Baron. They kill off. Another soul is gonna go down. What in the world is happening?
Really good reaction on Seymour's part there to ult Tendies right when he jumps in. But
yeah,
the fact that nobody smited that.
Okay, so Give Me the Tendies came in, instantly got suppressed by Seymour. He actually did get a smite off, but it was early.
Gotcha.
He didn't have the vision of it. He just smited as soon as he got in. Seymour suppressed him, so he couldn't do any more damage to the Baron. Waldo, for whatever reason, left the pit as his team continued to put damage on the Baron. That was incredibly dangerous and not in general a good practice as the jungler on a competitive team while your team is doing Baron. Meanwhile, GSM, they're running it down mid. They've got the Baron. They've got 5 members alive, and Demon Prince is still dead. It's 4-shot doing what he can, but he gets rooted up. He Featherstorm trying to pop up. Doesn't have the Blade Collar. The Naked Beekeeper going to use the stopwatch. He's going to flash out. They killed off Seymour, and now Naked Beekeeper going to get eaten up by Silver Spade. He's going to get cut down, but Give Me the Tendies. They get the kill. Levis is going to die. Triple kill goes over to Give Me the Tendies, and it's a 4-0 or 4-1, I guess, in the extended period of things for Iron Man, by the way. And the throws on top of throws is the name of this game. Okay, the inhib is going to go down in the environment, by the way. They just had to walk down menacingly midway.
They're going to be able to head top here.
Yeah, but Badinsko on his way there, he's just going to zone Waldo away. Yeah, so what were we saying earlier? Oh yeah, if your team is doing the Baron, if you're the jungler, don't leave the pit. If your jungler leaves the pit and you're doing Baron, stop doing the Baron. Alright, Iron Man, by the way, they get the top lane tower, they get the mid lane inhibitor, they steal away a blue buff, put it onto 4-shot, and they will happily back away after that. I think Waldo is the one member who still has the... Yep, there it is. Waldo still has the Baron buff. 4 towers to 6. Iron Man, by the way, are ahead. They have the 4.4k gold lead. A lot of that has probably to do with the discrepancy between Badinsko and Levis. 6-1 and 7 on Poppy with a 40+ CS lead. Everywhere else is, close in terms of CS. There's a little bit of a discrepancy between Demon Prince and Seymour, but Seymour has 6 kills. Right, Soul gonna take a few free auto attacks from Naked Beekeeper. GSM just grouped 5 mid. They look like they want to just try and end it in a big 5v5 fight. It would be very dangerous. They're risking it all. All right, Levis gonna be pushed away by the Void Spikes.
Both teams just sizing up. They still have this Baron buff, but
This is
can
the-
they actually siege against super minions?
This is the high noon situation. Nobody wants to go in except for Dinsko. He's gonna start the whole thing. Chain of Corruption is spreading through the members of Iron Man, by the way, and the Maokai ult comes in. They use the ultimate onto Demon Print, but he's gonna QSS it. He gets a big shield. Levis is gonna be the first one to fall, but Dinsko actually gets Naked Beekeeper first, but they get in the backline. Waldo goes in. He gets in there. He's gonna get eat up. A Naked Beekeeper, Silver Spade trying to run him out to safety. And it's actually Seymour that gets eaten up. Naked Beekeeper's already dead. I'm sorry, Silver Spade is gonna lose his life. And now Waldo on the run here. Soul trying to get the shot attack. He doesn't find it. Badinsko gonna get the stun onto the wall. And choke me 10 to choke. Give me the tendies. Is gonna jump over. They're gonna get the ace. Now Iron Man, by the way, with a lead. They're gonna run down mid. No, they're not. They're teleporting top.
Man, honestly, tanky Rise worked out for them there. They spent so much time trying to kill the Rise. By the time they finally did get him, the rest of their team was dead.
Yeah, Iron Man, by the way, and Badinsko actually just like ran in 1v like 7. He was in a 1v4 situation. He didn't even die. Alright, so it's not going to be the end of the game. They're going to pick up a second inhibitor, but GSM has respawned at this point.
They're probably just gonna head straight for this dragon
Yeah,
here.
it is the third Infernal of the game. It would be a double up on whichever team picked it up.
Probably, and I mean it works out for them well too. They're gonna walk just down the bot side, pick up this dragon, and then
Shot
probably
gonna steal the red
5-man
buff.
bot lane. I mean, with super minions
Alright,
pressing at the top
GSM,
of
they're not out of it yet. They have 4 members on their way to the Infernal Dragon. It's not started up by Iron Man, by the way, yet. Leviosa is in the top lane with his teleport up still. It's gone down. Double Infernal on the side of Iron Man, by the way. Give me the tendies wasn't even there for that, actually. He was taking his own red buff. Man, oh man. Almost 8k gold. Sorry, almost 7k gold in favor of Iron Man, by the way. Waldo. Just farming up. We might go back to the whole 12 minutes of nothing for a while here.
Yeah.
That seems to be what's going on. Iron Man, by the way.
They have such a lead. I don't know why they don't just 5-man bot here.
Yeah, Iron Man, by the way. What will they do with this one? Badinsko hanging out. He thinks he's sneaky. A lot of people think they're sneaky today. He's standing on a ward. So they do know. Alright, Badinsko coming around the side. They're going to silence up Soul just for a little bit of Leandry's damage. Badinsko just hanging out. He's standing on a control ward, so GSM know he's in there, but they will not be able to see him. And now Give Me the 10 is getting jumped on by Waldo. The Umbral Trespass coming out, and that will probably be the 1v1. Waldo gonna solo out his opposite number. It's a solo kill for the mid lane, or the jungler GSM, but they lose the tower on the bot side to Iron Man, by the way. Now it's a 5v4 on the map, and Iron Man, by the way, are not backing away. Chain of Corruption used, Badinsko's now gonna get everything. GSM, throw everything at the tank. Stand United came in, and Badinsko is back to half HP. He's now slowly getting burned down, and he will finally fall, or will he 4-shot? Doing what he can, gets a good root. He's gonna get silenced up. Demon Print is doing what he can, but they shut down 4-shot. Now Soul in the back. Badinsko comes in, he gets this knock up into the tower. Or the wall, rather. The piercing arrow comes across. Iron Man, by the way, they're running away. Waldo is doing what he can to clear out that top lane wave.
Wait.
What? No, wait, what? No, they're going for the Baron. GSM going for the Baron as that top lane wave crashed into the tower. What is happening? Come on! This is so slow. This is the slowest game I've ever seen in Platinum Cap of Spring 2018. And GSM, they're trying to take the Baron. They're not taking it super fast. Now it's starting to go down. Naked Beekeeper's finally got the win 2 stacks going on. It's going to go down. There's no chance of a steal. There it is. GSM pick up the Baron at 33 minutes. Now they got to get back and clear out that minion wave, but Badinsko's not about to let them. Give me the 10. He's about to jump on the Naked Beekeeper, but he's got Silver Spade here. But there's going to be the slow. Good knockup from Waldo. They eat him up and get him out to safety. Badinsko trying to get in. The Realm Warp from Demon Print, and that's a 3v3 on the map. They jump on the Naked Beekeeper. Naked Beekeeper is going to be not long for this world. Gets shut down, and the flash forward. Seymour gets Give Me the tendies, but it's going to be enough even after the QSS. Badinsko pops the Stone Plate. Going to get knocked into the air by Waldo. Come on, it's not over yet. They've lost their ADC, but they've lost their they've traded away Iron Man, by the way, is jungler, GSM. They're ready and waiting to go back for the defense. Seymour has no ultimate. Badinsko is going to start taking a lot of damage. Leandri's Torment going to burn away. Waldo coming in. There's a knockup, and it catches Force Shot. Featherstorm being used. Blade Caller not available. He's silenced up. He roots up 2 members, but there's a tank. Umbral Trespass onto Badinsko. He's going to pop out now. Going to go back towards his team. Get eaten up by Silver Spade. Spit back out. The inhibitor still alive. Iron Man, by the way, they still want to look for this, but the Baron buff on a GSM. One more auto attack for Force Shot onto the inhibitor, but they're going to back away here. They don't think it's safe. Give me the Tenny's about to spawn, and Naked Beekeeper is alive, so they don't want to get engaged on by the Chain of Corruption. Win a 5v4. So, state of the game, GSM, they lost their top lane inhibitor, but they have the Baron on 4 of their members. They're looking for the last bit. I mean, honestly, the next fight, if it's decisive, could win the game either way. GSM, they just got to push through an inhibitor and 2 Nexus towers.
Blue team's inhibitor is respawning
Oh
soon.
my gosh, despite going so tanky, the Rise is actually doing decently.
He's got a Void Staff, he's got a Sarac's Embrace finish now, so he's starting to do damage.
Not a lot of damage.
Not
but
not as much as you'd expect, but some damage is coming out of the Rise. The problem is there is a lot of magic resist on the side of GSM. You've got the Wit's End, and the Mercury Shreds on Naked Beekeeper, who is quote-unquote the squishiest member on the team. Because Malzahar's just gonna push R on you if you try to kill him. He's also got the Spell Shield, obviously. Alright, Levis on the side, sees, give me the tendies on the ward. Iron Man, by the way, now on the defensive, and Force Shot just trying to put some damage off before the fight starts. GSM now 5 members stacked in the mid lane. They've got the Baron, they've got the Void Puppies ready to come in. They're actually starting to melt down Badinsko. Iron Man, by the way, Chain of Corruption is available for Naked Beekeeper, wants to go for it. Silver Spade just throwing out the Tongue Lashes. Thing is, they don't want to let the fight start when Naked Beekeeper has all the sacks. The Shadow
that's
Step
slow.
from Waldo gonna be neutralized by Gimme the Tendies with the Void Spikes. Alright, oh, they get onto Waldo, but he's gonna knock up Badinsko, and now they've got Levis covering space, the Maokai ultimate coming out, Chain of Corruption catches 3, they shoot out 2 members of GSM, and now they're going hard for it. Levis is gonna get jumped on, but Badinsko, who gets knocked into the air, Blade of the Rune King active use. Iron Man, by the way, they're gonna disengage.
Alright, they're moving down to this Elder Dragon that's about to spawn.
GSM, they only have 1 Dragon Elder, but it will be still amplify their team fight power by quite a bit. Soul is just a support Shen. They need to be very careful about letting him be alone there. Tongue Lash comes out, not enough to steal the blue buff, but it will be the Elder Dragon started up by GSM. Naked Beekeeper was slowed up by something. The teleport coming in from Badinsko. The Stand United is available if Soul needs to get in the fight. Badinsko gonna get silenced up. Now they get on to 1. Give me the tennies, gets the Stand United. They root up Levis. Now they suppress down Badinsko. Badinsko's gonna fall. It's a 2-man knockup. Give me the tennies, jumps in, but it gets eaten instantly by Silver Spade. They're gonna lose Levis, but the Maokai ultimate still comes through. Roots them all in place. Force Shot, the first one to fall on the rest of them. Soul gonna die now. GSM are now chasing. Now Demon Print is running for his life. Give me the tendies coming around, but Demon Print knocked up. He's gonna flash away. He's gonna go down. Naked Beekeeper gets the hail of arrows. Give me the tendies running away. Silver Spade flashes for the eat, and he's gonna go down. His Guardian Angel gone. GSM with 3 members around will kill him up. Triple kill for GSM's ADC, and now they're gonna run it down mid. Not after nothing happening, and the Silver Spade's kind of sad now. He's gonna Abyssal Voyage. No one wanted to come with him. And GSM, they're looking for the end. They do have a minion wave. The inhibitor gonna fall. 8 seconds for Badinsko to come back up. No, they're not gonna end. They're gonna back.
Wait, they maybe naked.
Yeah, Badinsko is still a big threat. 8-2 and 11 on this Poppy. They're gonna go for the Elder Dragon after getting the inhibitor. Ooh. All right.
Doesn't look like they're gonna have this be contested, but they only have the 1 Drake. So, I mean, while still a solid buff, nothing too insane.
All right, GSM are gonna pick up the Elder Dragon for themselves. It is a 1 Dragon Elder. They have an inhib down in the mid lane, and all of their inhibs are back up. Now fight! This is the time to fight. You have the engage tools.
I really do.
You got Chain of Corruption, you got Maokai. Granted, there are 3 QSSs on the side of Iron Man, by the way. But still. My stomach hurts. This game is so long. Oh, okay. Iron Man, by the way. They are. What are they doing? They're defending. They're. I mean, obviously they're defending,
Yeah.
but what? How specifically are they doing it? Looks
We
like
just have a
GSM.
5-man GSM squad rolling up in the top lane. Kha'Zix and Xayah aren't close enough yet. With these true damage burns, they can definitely take down these tankier characters quickly.
Piercing arrow poke is going to be hurting that much more. Malzahar will also do more damage the more space aids he can get off. And Naked Beekeeper's pretty safe to go for the aggressive autos because he's got a Tom Kench. Trust Silver Spade to eat him up, get him out of there.
I have a question. What?
Yes,
okay,
it is
never mind.
Levis.
After the game. After the game.
It is pronounced Levis. Thank you for your question. Alright, well, they're gonna Shadow Step through. The tower's gone. Chain of Corruption, Fat catches Demon Print. He's gonna QSS the ultimate and it has to Zanya's, but it's not gonna matter. He's gonna get jumped on. They've actually already killed Soul Stain United, not even be able to use. But it's gonna caught the Keeper's Verdict, knocks away multiple members of GSM, but they're right there.
And they're gonna go
to Baron
instead of ending the game.
Ah!
They could definitely end the game if they chose to.
I think they could. I think you're right, but they're gonna play it just that much safer. Gonna go for the Baron. It is gonna go burn down very fast thanks to all of the Elder Dragon DOTs. Uncontested by Iron Man, by the way. GSM will pick up the Baron.
Are they going to back? They could have won the game.
This is
They had
the
5 members up against a tank, an AD carry with no ults.
no
and
ult,
Kha'Zix
no
who-
Last
yeah.
Whisper. There's no
Kha'Zix who
Last
doesn't
Whisper on
have
4-shot
the-
Xayah. Xayah's okay. He sold it. He sold something for a Runons. That's not a Last Whisper. Why did you do that?
I don't know.
He sold an. Where's this Infinity Edge? He has no damage. 4-shot actually does no damage. He has no Infinity Edge. He has no Last Whisper. What the heck is this Xayah build? I'm just now noticing this. I would have criticized it a lot earlier. I really would have. Yeah, okay, now I understand. Xayah does no damage. Alright.
Yeah, let's, I think, because generally she's considered to be a pretty good late game carry.
Yeah, but with no 250%
Yeah.
crits and no Last Whisper, you don't really do a whole lot. You can root people, but like, oh, okay. Alright, GSM playing it safe. They're gonna take a recall after the blue buff.
Oh boy.
At the very least, they did get both of the inhibs, mid and top.
They did.
So now all they have to do is stand their bot until Iron Man, by the way, have to respond. There's nothing. Okay, as a point of clarity, I don't think there's anything wrong with GSM playing it safe there. I'm just complaining because this game is very long. I don't think there's anything.
I actually do
yeah,
think they genuinely could have ended
they probably could have.
after
I don't
those
see
two
it. I don't
kills.
see it a big problem that they played it safe there, personally. So the no criticism there in terms of the play. Just like, come on, please. Alex is selfish. Yeah, I am. Okay, come on. A2 is toxic. All right, GSM. Now they're doing what they should be doing, the correct thing. They're all 5 bot. Maybe send one person to Baron up a minion wave somewhere else, but this is in general not a bad play. Just sit there, let the cannon minion do work. Ooh, that's a knockup onto Demon Prince. Will be a little bit of damage. GSM walking through there. A2 no brains, unlucky dude. Alright, Iron Man, by the
Here we
way.
go.
Alright, they can start a fight if they want to.
Almost just taking a bunch of poke.
Yeah, well, Waldo's just gonna Shadow Step and get some health back from it. Oh, that's a Chain of Corruption! It's spreading around! There's the Nethergrass being used on the 4th shot, but he will use the Featherstone to get out of there. The Guardian, or the Feathers. Badinsko gonna knock away some people, but not before going down to Waldo. Exhaust goes down onto the jungler, who's on his way out. Seymour gonna use the stopwatch. They use the Guardian Angel. Give me the tendies now. Soul is in there doing what he can. Levis is still alive. They've lost the Guardian Angel on Force Shot, who's gonna pop back up, just start taking damage, and he's gonna go down Silver Spade. Gonna pop the Great Health. Not even necessary. Double kill for the support of GSM. It's the ace for one in their favor. They're gonna get an inhib in the bottom lane. No, they're not. They got the wave pushing in the top lane. They're just gonna end the game after 44 minutes. GSM are going to take the victory, go 2-0 in the first 2 weeks, and catch up to United as 1 and Oklahoma go Platinum Rush.
Woo! Alright, 3-2-0 teams remaining, as far as we know.
That is 3-2-0 teams, and I believe it's the next 2 teams are teams that both lost last week, so that will only be 3-2-0 teams.
At this point, after week 2.
Yep, after week 2. So, we're going to take a short break before we get into our final game of the night. Thank you all so much for watching, and I think I deserve this one. We're here. Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Spring 2018, week number 2 of Platinum Cat. We are into our final game of the night. It is between OU's Platinum Cat team and Death Cap for Cutie. The game we just saw was a long-winded game in which GSM took the victory over Ironman, by the way, in order to go 2-0 in the first 2 weeks
After
of OKLCS.
being pretty behind for the early and mid game as well. So good comeback on their part.
Yeah, I'm playing it safe, which is never a bad thing. I want to emphasize that. Well, okay, sometimes it's a bad thing.
Yeah, sometimes you miss out on opportunities to the point that you eventually get in a team fight and you just happen to lose it and they just close out the game.
I don't think it was bad in that situation is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So, good on you, GSM. I just like to complain. In any case, we'll go ahead and get into our final game of the night between OU's Platinum Cap team and Death Cap for Cutie, and I'd just like to say I love Death Cap for Cutie. They're so much better than PLR ever was. PLR was such a bad team, man.
God, what a bunch of trolls calling people by incorrect pronunciations of their names.
Yeah.
And, oh my goodness.
All right, both of these teams coming off of a loss in week number 1. Wanting to turn it around, get some momentum going as they get into the I say mid, we're in the second week. Get into some of the later games of OKLCS. Okay. Let's see how this goes. 5 stopwatches on OU Platinum Cat's side.
Wow. Wow, 5 stopwatches.
5 stopwatches.
Huh. Neat.
Neat. Soapy's gonna start off on his red buff, as Shaco doesn't appear like he's going to be asking for a leash. Those, the Jack-in-the-Boxes will do the job.
I wonder how many of them ended up taking Unsealed Spellbook and took Inspiration as primary, or... Actually, I do know that Tom sometimes goes... The Glacial Augment, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one on some champions. I even saw that some people have been enjoying random, but some people have been enjoying Glacial Augment on Swain.
Ooh.
Because after you CC somebody, you pull them towards you with your auto, and it slows them. I don't know. I think it's a reduced slow for range, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. New Swain looks pretty cool in that. I like that he's a very bread and butter seeming champion with a neat W and ult.
Alright, so Parallelogram with the Arcane Comet Camille will do a lot of damage. This is Luke Ward on the Gnar. He performed very well in the game we saw of him last week. He was playing in the Gold Cap team for OU, and he was also playing Gnar. We'll see how he fares up against Parallelogram on one of Parallelogram's better champions historically, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Obviously, there is his Scion, which most teams don't let him play. But this game, he's gotten the Camille.
In my opinion, in this matchup in the top lane, can go really heavily one way or the other. But it more often than not goes the way of the Camille.
Camille just jump on the mini Gnar and he's like, oh man, I just took a lot of damage, really can't do anything about that one.
Yeah, and he can put a decent bit of damage back onto her when she all-ins him. So it really comes down to how much harass is she going to let herself take and how much harass can she get down. But she definitely wins the all-ins in terms of how much damage gets put out and trying to take him down.
Oh, okay. Ferris Bueller went red to Raptors to blue. Okay. I was trying to figure out what his path was. And he's going to be found by Soapy here. Just going to get slowed up by the 2-ship poison. Nice sidestep on Shirani's Death Sentence. The Flay will knock him out of the Powerball at least, but no more follow for Death Cap for Cutie.
Oof. But yeah, so I guess the matchup favors Camille, but don't be surprised if Gnar starts to get ahead and snowballs the lane away.
Yeah, but Luke Ward is being pressured really hard right now. 22 CS to 7 now as the wave hits the tower. Gobert gonna get a scout of the week into the Arcane Comet onto Kawaii Sheep. And we're halfway through to where stopwatches come online.
I wonder what OU's going to do.
Ferris Bueller flash over the side.
Flash.
Play onto him so he can't get the Powerball off.
Really smooth flash. Nice job, Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, Luke Ward gonna get jumped on by Parallelogram. He's gonna
What?
crunch onto Parallelogram, but this is the wrong time as you're about to go mini. Yeah, so it was a nice mechanical flash, but probably not the best idea. He still had quite a bit of distance to go before hitting Pro Shiznits or Shirani, and of course the flay will instantly cancel your Powerball. So probably a little bit
It
optimistic
is
from Ferris
channeled now,
Bueller.
for anyone who doesn't know. That was a change to Ramus.
Yeah, it was a little bit optimistic on the side of Ferris Bueller, if you ask me.
Oh, you're right.
But it will force the flash out of Pro Shiznits, as well as give some pressure back to the young Dur and Chinois. And now Parallelogram turns it around onto Luke Ward. He's got a big physical damage shield. Soapy gonna come in. She's gonna throw the 2-shift poison onto him. On the back.
What do you think if the implications would be of Riot putting the kind of in Heroes of the Storm, you know how with the dots
We don't
or
talk
overtime
about that game
heals,
here. We don't talk about that game here.
with dots, DOTs, or overtime heals, it shows you how much health you're going to get back or how much health you're going to lose. I wonder sometimes what that would do to League of Legends with champions like, you know, Brand and Malzahar and whatnot with their burns and ignite.
Interesting thought. Well, we don't talk about that game. That game doesn't exist here. This is OKLCS, Jack. Do you think this is a game?
Alright, bot laner's just farming.
Yeah, Luke Ward is having a really rough time top. Gonna hop forward after Parallelogram misses, but the hook shot coming
Suddenly
across.
it's missed.
Oh, Luke Ward is now starting to put some
Yeah.
harass back.
And that's what I'm talking about. You can
Guy
definitely
of the
turn
week.
things
He's
around.
level
Oh,
6.
level
Jobera
6.
used the Unleashed power. Kawaii Sheep is gonna survive. Doesn't have to burn his summoner heal.
He needed one more Q before popping that R, and he had it.
Well, he had the heal out of Kawaii Sheep, probably. Not the kill, probably not. Though. He would have gotten the heal out if he had one more ball.
You're right.
Oh, Shirani gonna get a play onto Younger. He's gonna get flame chompered up. Shirani a little slow on the death sentence, but it probably wouldn't have mattered with the Tom Kench standing there anyway.
Speaking of other games, Tom Kench is the League of Legends as Priest is the Hearthstone. Just anti-fun things. Just anytime the other people do something.
I feel like the better analogy would be. I mean, there's not really a good analogy.
No,
but
I guess it's just like,
I understand what you're saying.
when you have very reactive things, they just feel less fun, you know? Because
Oh, hold on a second. We've got Kawaii Sheep looking for a roam top lane. He does have the Emperor's Divide. Weaver's Wall. He has the Weaver's Wall. Emperor's Divide is the other wall.
I miss Azir's ult.
Azir's ult still exists.
No, being the one where you could, the way it used to be, I guess. I miss his old ult.
I think the way he is right now is better for design.
Oh, for design, yeah. But I thought the old one was neat. Bouncing people off when they barely clipped the wall with their flash.
Haha.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, fun, like Priest in Hearthstone.
Exactly. Alright, nobody's really pressuring for this dragon. It is an Ocean Drake. You generally see a lot less action in that area early game. The only people you see going for those are the Udyrs and the Shyvanas of the world that can
Look how
actually
scared
solo
Luke
it.
Ward has to play up against Parallelogram. Parallelogram is placing the wave next to his tower, just forcing Luke
Wow.
Ward to.
Yeah, Luke Ward's getting
He's
harassed. His CS
34
is
CS
struggling,
down
you
at
can
this
tell.
time. It's a really rough time. And you know, I mean, we did talk about it. Parallelogram, one of the better top laners that I've seen play in Platinum Capped OKLCS. And this is one of his better champions. Again, this is subjective, but that's the way I've experienced it, is one of his better champions.
Oof.
Close on that
Almost
death
like
sentence.
Young
Again, probably would not have mattered with the top 10 standing there. Level 6 acquired for the bottom lane of Death Cat for Cutie. Only level 6 on the Young Dur, but the Abyssal Void doesn't give you a whole lot of combat pressure as Tom Kench. Powerball coming in for
Will he
Ferris
make this
Bueller.
cake happen?
Seismic Shove is available. Oh, Scout of the Week after the Powerball Flash. Unleashed power not necessary. Ferris Bueller picks up first blood for OU's Platinum Cap team. Now the Young Dur, Death Sentence gonna land. Not gonna pull him into the Flame Jumper. Chain of Corruption is available. Parallelogram is gonna jump onto Luke Ward, gnars him away into the wall after the Hextech Ultimatum. He's trying to get out. Gonna throw out the boulders. Ferris Bueller gonna face check into Soapy. Ignite is gonna be enough. It's gonna be a return kill for the jungler of... Oh, golly. Deathcap for Cutie. It's a hard name to say sometimes.
I always want to say Deathcap.
Ooh, Scout of the Week is gonna find Soapy. Unleashed Power is not available. And of course, he does have the ultimate if he wanted to dodge that ability. Now, look, I'm gonna look for some more damage. Parallelogram just hanging out. Joe Barrow gonna have his recall interrupted by Soapy. Now, Luke Ward has managed to stabilize a little bit. He hasn't died in lane, and he's slowly keeping the CS deficit
There is
equal.
There's not nothing wrong with like falling a lot behind in CS, but when your options seem to be fall way behind in CS or die and fall behind in CS, you're doing a really good job by avoiding dying.
Yeah.
I think you might be in trouble here though.
Louis might have mocked a little bit too far for that CS. Nice wait on Parallelogram. Catches Luke
There it
Ward.
is. That was the flash out of the E for the stun, was it not?
Yeah, Parallelogram flash.
Pretty good.
He E flashed at like, because you can do that.
Yeah. I actually do kind of wish that they'd remove those interactions from the game. That's
Really?
just
Why?
a personal thing. I don't know.
I think they're a really nice little demonstration of champion mastery.
See, like, I kind of think that, but when Riot goes and takes it away from some champions and doesn't release new champions with it, it makes me annoyed that they exist still. Or why
Wait,
would
like
they just,
who?
Like, they made it to where when Galio got released, he didn't have anything, and at the same time,
Abyssal
they took
Voyage
it away
behind the
from-
bottom lane of Deathcap for Cutie. Shirani gonna get flashed away from. Jinhua gonna have to dodge away from the Flame Chompers afterwards, but a noble attempt by the bottom lane of OU Platinum.
But, like, I don't think Ornn can flash with his knockup. I don't think...
Well, yeah, that one makes sense.
I know, yeah, but
A
I
lot
don't
of the
think
ones-
Galio can flash his, his E or anything. He can't flash
That one
his...
also makes sense.
He can't flash his W after it pops like a lot of champions can. Like, I've heard a Mumu can flash right when he casts
flash
his
art.
ult, and the animation happens behind him, but it happens. So, like,
But
on
no,
these-
I mean, it's fair, like, there's a pattern to it that makes sense. So, like, if you know the pattern, you can kind of tell, like, what abilities based on how they work.
I don't know, they took it off from
Uh-oh,
Gragas.
Luke Ward's in trouble. He's gonna
Nice jump.
nice hop, but there's 3 members of Deathcap for Cutie. Flash away, Luke Ward
Well
will
played.
survive. Nicely
Nice
done.
job. Yeah.
I think flash abilities are fine.
No, I know. You can.
no,
I was
it's
just
like-
saying, like, I just don't really like it that much because back when they took it off of Gragas, they were like,
Hook shot goes in onto Luke Ward. Hold that thought. He'll just hop away. You
he's
may
in trouble.
continue.
Nice
Lash
cue.
comes out onto Pro Shiznitz. Nice side step by the young Dur to dodge away the death sentence from Shirani. CS lead starting to develop across the board. It is going to be Parallelogram ahead over Luke Ward, but Joe Barrow over Kawaii Sheep. And the smallest of CS leads for Pro Shiznitz, but Kawaii Sheep going to have to flash away from the Powerball of Ferris Bueller. But here's 3 members of Deathcap for Cutie. Hookshot goes in onto him. Scatter the Weak pushes him back away, but Ferris Bueller, there's nowhere for him to go. He's going to taunt up and go down. Parallelogram picks up a 2nd kill for himself.
The members of Deathcap for Cutie are roaming really well around the map. They've got a
Jobero
very
needs to
good
be careful.
top lane.
Hextech ultimatum being used. The stopwatch from Jobero. There's the one. The seismic shove. He's gonna flash back to his tower. Nice scout of the week. Luke Ward is now here. He's gonna get ignited by Soapy. Gonna have to hop away. The hook shot comes in. Here's the Abyssal Void from Xinhua. Unleash power on the Parallelogram. They're gonna exhaust him up, and he's gonna go down. Nicely done by the mid laner of OU Platinum, and Luke Ward with some nice kiting. It's gonna land onto the young Dur, and that's a mistake. He's gonna have to flash out. The box steal gets him. Pro Shiznitz gonna keep going for it. Super Mega Death Rocket is
he's
available
dead.
at the stopwatch. Pro Shiznitz, they're trying to tank it. Shirani will tank it for long enough, and Pro Shiznitz gonna be able to get out, get excited, and run away with the Dark Passage. Some good plays coming out from both sides this game.
Yeah.
That Tower First Blood still on the board. The young Dur getting caught a little bit after his support roamed to the mid lane.
Well, this Parallelogram, he has Ninja Tabi as well as Phage and Sheen.
Yeah, but he
for
has
this
no
stage in the
Hextech
game.
ultimatum though.
Yeah, but for this stage in the game, that's gonna be pretty good. With Luke Ward being half health here, he needs to be careful.
Soapy gonna take away another red buff for himself. Alright. So things calming down a little bit, except for Kawaii Sheep might
never
get
mind.
caught in the middle of the enemy jungle. Good
Nice.
Chain of Corruption lands at max range, and it's gonna be enough. Jobero picks up a kill.
Doesn't even have to pop the Syndra ult. Well done.
Powerball attempt from Ferris Bueller. He will find Soapy, but it's just going to be him queuing in place, running through the invisible. Oh, but Luke Ward reads him. Going to hop over onto him. The boomerang is not going to be able to slow him up. The taunt onto the correct one. Unleashed power is available. Soapy can't dodge, and he goes down. Jobero won a killing spree. Death Sense going to find Shinhua. The zap will follow, but it's just a damage onto a Tom Kench. Nicely done by OU Platinum.
Now we're just gonna watch a armadillo slap a crab.
Yeah.
Only in League of Legends.
Only in League of Legends do you get to see this high quality animal interaction. Runon's Hurricane is the first pickup for Pro Shiznitz after the BF sword. He's now got a 31 CS lead. That's a Death Sense onto Chinhua. Flame not going to come out. The Flame Chomper's not there in time. Hextech Ultimatum being used onto Luke Ward, but Parallelogram just skirting outside of tower range. Now he's going to go in, and now he's going to look for the kill. Stopwatch from Luke Ward. Nicely done. Parallelogram has the hook shot out of there. Meanwhile, another Powerball coming in. Kawaii Sheep looking for the seismic shove. He doesn't have it. Threatened volley the wrong direction. Scattered the weak after the taunt. It's going to be another kill. Jobero on a rampage.
Wow, Ramus, Varus, and Syndra.
A lot
pretty
of pick
deadly
potential.
combo. They've got quite a bit of like burst with the Syndra and the Varus being there, as well as that CC to lock people up and let them hit everything.
Ferris Bueller again being pushed away by his jungle from Soapy, but he got Jobero on the side just to back him up. Jobero is fairly large. 40 CS lead almost over Kawaii Sheep, as well as the 4 kills on the Syndra. You know, we don't really talk about Syndra because the champion's not that great right now, but you know, it's still one of those champions that you don't have a whole lot of protection for this Jinx.
No.
Alright, so that's Tower First Blood going down in favor of OU Platinum Cap. Jobero gonna pick that up solo. Death Sentence lands onto the 80 carry somehow, but Soapy coming around behind Jobero. Nice scout of the week gonna land. Unleashed power. Soapy, he manages to get. Oh no, it's not enough! He uses the ultimate to dodge the last ball from the Unleashed power, but he gets the Q immediately afterwards. Nicely done, and Jobero finds himself a 5th kill this game. Jobero now 2 levels up over his opposite number, Kawaii Sheep, level 10. Feeling the pain now. And it's only going to get worse when Jobero recalls and spends some of this gold. He's sitting on 3K right now.
Oh, that's a scary Syndra.
Holy cow. Yeah, I don't think Pro Shiznitz is in this game anymore.
Nope. As soon as he starts roaming these fights, it's not going to take much at all from Jobero to take her out.
Right, Luke Ward and Ferris Bueller wandering through the enemy jungle, trying to control the area.
Except all of the... I mean, it's still low in kills and early in the game, but a lot of their success right now is riding on Jobero. So if they can take him down, that's going to leave the OU squad quite weak relatively.
Yeah,
This
with
Jinx
all
has a
that
pretty
gold
hefty
focused
lead,
on
and so
Jobero.
does
With all the gold focused on Jobero for OU Platinum, if they can get onto him, and obviously they can because they have Parallelogram on this Camille, who is still very big, relatively speaking. You can use the Hextech Ultimatum. If you do it at the right time, you can dodge Unleashed Power. And then, you know, you're a Syndra stuck in the middle with a bruiser like Parallelogram Camille. Trinity Force finished. Ninja Tabi's sitting there waiting. Jobero gonna try and make his roam up, but Soapy did find him there.
Soapy's been doing a good job of counter jungling this game, but once or twice it has gotten him killed. Although it did get him his only kill of the game into
Oh,
Ferris
they're
Bueller
Abyssal
earlier.
Voyaging behind the bottom lane here.
Not
They
behind it
bring
up.
in Ferris Bueller. Paraball is going to be there. Play nicely done, but the flash forced by Pro Shiznitz. Now Jobero, this is what we were talking about. There's no way he can go. Seismic shove. They've got the damage, but he gets the flash out, and Jobero is going to live once again.
He had ult there, but he saved it. He didn't think that if he had popped it on Parallelogram that he'd be picking up any kills.
Joe Barrow needs to be careful about coming back in here. So flash forward from threaded volley. There it is. The shutdown for Kawaii Sheep. A little bit of an overstep from Joe Barrow. Now Chinwa getting jumped on by Chain of Corruption. Missed thanks to the deceive from Soapy Sheko. And that sends. Well, that's interesting. Rabadon's death cap picked up in full for Joe Barrow.
Oof.
Wow.
Just straight up bought it. Oh my goodness.
I wonder if that was the correct buy though.
The death cap for Cutie Squad is pretty squishy. I feel like after Morello, why not if you're that ahead?
But would the Haunting guys have been better?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Although with these squishies, maybe having more
flat magic pen. Yeah, I think the Haunting guys might have been a bit more efficient of a buy because not only is that
how much of Syndra's damage comes from ratios versus base
it's very high rate or base damages.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, well then maybe that would have been the better build.
Granted, I think the death cap isn't bad at all here, but I think the Haunting guys might have been a little bit better. It might have even given him more damage at this stage of the game.
Yeah.
Than the death cap. In addition to the fact that it's only 1,500 gold, you could spend more.
Death cap is crazy when you just buy it at the end of the game. You have like 370 AP, and then you buy death cap, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, I have 700 AP. Like, what is happening? Like,
Alright, so Parallelogram once again jumping onto Luke Ward, but Luke Ward about to go Mega, gonna miss the wall up just barely. Parallelogram nicely stepping backwards after he expended his abilities. And Luke Ward, again, doing very well for himself here. He's only died once, and that was in a bigger team fight. Or not a bigger team fight, but in a bigger gang fight. Oh, they might find a second. Parallelogram is looking for the solo kill, nullifying over for Luke Ward. Good timing on the flash. Baron Feeler flashes for the taunt, and it will be the scat of the week stun. Young Dur picks up Procistus. Luke Ward sidestepping Parallelogram. Luke Ward is running around the top laner of Deathcap for Cutie.
he's teleporting out!
Holy cow, what a play.
She didn't even see it happening.
Oh my
goodness.
word.
Luke Ward is the escape artist.
What a monster.
And like I said, like it can be a tough matchup for Gnar, and Camille can definitely get the advantage pretty easily. And Luke Ward, you know, he's feeling like threatened by it, and he's doing his best to play safe, and it is working. He's only died once. He is a hefty amount of CS behind.
Yeah, but that CS lead that Parallelogram has is continuously getting smaller.
It is. He's at about 60% of Parallelogram.
Oh, Parallelogram gonna jump onto Luke Ward because Soapy's here behind him. He's got no hop. Luke Ward, this one, you might not be able to make it out. Oh!
Dang, finally goes down. He's done everything he can to stay alive. But after that turret goes down and Soapy comes around.
Yeah, Soapy has been putting a lot of pressure on the members of OU Platinum. Even though his ganks, not a lot of them have come out, but he's been constantly keeping pressure on Ferris Bueller, not letting him really do a whole lot.
He's so ahead of CS over Ferris Bueller from all of his counter jungling.
Yeah, a lot of counter jungling. He's got 2 levels on his opposite number.
Because counter jungling, you know, it's not just getting yourself more CS, but you're also denying CS.
Yeah, provided you know where the enemy jungler is, you can counter jungle without your opponent getting a chance to take jungle away from your side that you're not on. So Soapy doing a good job this game.
Plus, it's just generally more dangerous to do counter jungling on something like a Rammus, because you can't just, you know, blink over walls and run away invisibly.
Ha. Shako, by the way. Alright, he went for the Cinderhulk after his Tiamat. Now he's going for a Trinity Force. Looking for some of that higher burst damage. Oh, the Hextech Ultimatum is back off for Parallelogram. Luke Ward is doing a good job running away, but it's going to get the hook shot. It's going to be enough. It's going to be a solo kill for Parallelogram, and now it's a little bit too much to deal with. He's going to get eaten up. Joe Barrow over the side, going to spin him back out. Joe Barrow is on the side, waiting for the hook shot. The Scat of the Week comes out. He's going to use the Unleashed Power. Make sure that he gets the kill.
Alright, Soapy, he gets spotted down in the bot lane. Gonna be playing a little bit more safely on the side of OU there.
Seismic shove just to make sure Chinwa can't get anywhere near him. Kawaii Sheep gonna get jumped on by Chinwa, and now Ferris Bueller's here. The taunt comes through. They're gonna get the tremors, and Kawaii Sheep is just gonna slowly die. Now Pro-Shiznitz comes around. Shinhwa is still going for it, but Soapy coming around. Joe Barrow's very low, and he's gonna get assassinated. No, he gets the barrier! Summoner Heal comes out. Soapy's gonna go very low, and he will go down the Young Dur. Soapy can't find the kill. Now Shinhwa is in trouble. Use the stopwatch. He's gonna get the help from Ferris Bueller. The Super Mega Rocket, well timed, but actually it's Chiron that gets the kill. Piercing arrow comes across. There's the taunt on the Shirani, and the exhaust goes down onto the Young Dur. Flame choppers come out, and Parallelogram E flashes in, gets the kill onto the AD carry. They kill off this jungler as well. Double kill for Parallelogram. Whew. Holy cow. Deathcap for Cutie, it was a pretty close game for a while, but now they're starting to run away with it a little bit. 1.4k gold in their favor. And now what are they doing? They're rapid pings on the Baron. OU Platinum might be taking a page out of OU Diamond with this early Baron call if they choose to go for it. Because they're the ones pinging on it really hard.
I mean, Nar is solid at it, but is the rest of this comp really that great at Baron
Varus
damage?
is okay, especially since he has the Blade of the Ring King, but Syndra, definitely not one of the mid laners that excels at taking the Baron.
Man, things just like Malzahar, Heimerdinger, Azir, Zyra, Nar does pretty well. A lot of duelist top laners
you
that
want
take
high
forward.
DPS when
Yeah.
you go for the Baron.
Yeah, exactly.
They are pinging to check Baron because they have no vision. That might be the case.
And sometimes it's like, I mean, it's still, it is high DPS, but sometimes, you know, a champion you might think of as a DPS champion, like, you might be like, yeah, Talia kind of does some DPS. She spams her threaded volley, that's DPS. But she just doesn't do as well against Baron as something like, you know, Mouse or Azir. They can really consistently put damage down. Basically, infinitely put damage down.
Soapy continuing to run through and clear out vision for OU Plat. Luke Ward misses his boomerang on the way back.
Right, looks like they're doing some bush baiting in their own jungle. Maybe waiting for Soapy to get a little bit,
Frisky.
yeah.
Oh,
Whoa, that's
righteous
fast.
glory on Ferris Bueller, and we've seen this one
That's
before.
so mean!
We've seen that one before. Parallelogram now getting jumped on. There's a death sentence onto Ferris Bueller. Soapy's not going to be able to kill off Aramis at this point in the game, unfortunately for him.
So mean. Ramus and the Syndra just have Kawaii Sheep's number.
Yeah. I almost feel bad. Alright, Shinhwa gonna eat up the Rift Scuttler. Deathcap for Cutie. What's gonna happen here? Soapy gonna take away his own blue buff. He says, "Alright, I've seen this happen too often. Talia, you're not getting the blue buff this game. I'm sorry. I don't want it to go over to the enemy team."
One of those moments where you realize giving my Talia blue buff is just giving Syndra blue buff. So maybe I shouldn't. Or maybe Ramus, depending on who picks up the kill. But
Yep. Alright, we're gonna have things, it seems like things are gonna slow down a little bit. OU Platinum have to constantly respond to Parallelogram split push because Parallelogram now has a 3-level lead over Luke Ward.
And
we
gonna
were
be spawning soon too. It looks like OU might have a decent chance at it. Nope, but Syndra's roaming up.
Yeah, Soapy's on his way there though. Joe Barrow just picking up the blue buff for himself.
Garlello, we're just waiting here.
Yep, there's the hook shot. Luke Ward gonna have to crunch himself out of there. And there's the Hextech Ultimatum. The wallop is gonna land, but I don't think Luke Ward can survive this one though. Ooh, maybe he gets the Nor off. Ferris Bueller gonna taunt him up, but I don't know about this. I think you should be better off just like leaving, but here's Joe Barrow. Flash wallop misses, Parallelogram kills off Luke Ward before he goes down. What
Luke
a
Ward
huge
flashes in,
burst.
tries to help his team out with the stun and securing the kill, but she gets that, Camille gets the enhanced Q off, and that's quite a bit of burst damage.
Yep, and that means Deathcap for Cutie get an Ocean Drake while they see 3 members on the top side for OU Platinum. Oh. Whoa! There, look at this! Baron started up with 2 members on it, and now they have 4. OU Platinum, they snuck this one away. Super Mega Death Rocket gonna see it now, but it's too late. They're gonna lose a tower for it. It's gonna be 4 towers to 2 in favor of Deathcap for Cutie, but the Baron does go over to OU Platinum. And when you're playing these OU teams, you gotta watch that Baron.
Yeah.
They really like doing that. Abyssal Voyage
Hey.
coming in. They're trying to cut him off. Flash forward for Ferris Bueller. Chinua misses the tongue lash. Soapy's gonna lose. Well, not even lose the hallucinate.
Pops right back to him.
Wow, okay, so OU Platinum get the Baron, but it's now 5 towers to 2. They even lost that inhibitor tower. The biggest point of power for Deathcap for Cutie, and they're making very good use of it, is Parallelogram's Camille. 7 out of their 11 kills right now. And Baron buff. Oh, a Parallelogram comes in. The Youngster is gonna get jumped on. Shinhwa can't eat him. He's looking for the eat, but he can't find it. The Youngster goes down. Soapy gets the kill. There's a death sentence onto somebody. Ferris Bueller is slowly going down to Pro's distance. Nowhere he can go thanks to the wall. Luke Ward gets flayed away, and they don't even lose Soapy. Parallelogram did finally die, but at the cost of 3 members of OU Platinum. Now Deathcap for Cutie running down mid. The Baron buff still there. Joe Barrow is gonna walk the wrong way. Death Sentence gonna be going wide. Shirani gonna flay back onto Chinhua. Chinhua doing what he can, but the Flame Chompers, there's the great health. They're gonna burn him away with a threaded volley, but he's able to make it back to his tower. Death Sentence is gonna land. Deathcap for Cutie, they're gonna pick up a free support killer, or are they? Yes, they are. Persistence gonna chase him down. Threaded volley is enough. The rocket goes wide. The Scatter of the Weak. Kawaishi can get the summoner heal to survive. Joe Barrow looking for Shirani, but the stopwatch is there.
Man, the ultimate in that fight earlier, pushing Tom away from Varus, kept him from eating him long enough for the pretty fed Camille to finish him off.
Yep. And now with the Starex gauge finished, it's going to be even harder for them to get through Parallelogram.
Alright, well, they expose an inhibitor in the bot lane. That could be a target for Soapy. He has been counter-jungling quite a bit, and he's got a lot of mobility through this jungle.
They don't have a whole lot of vision set up in the bot side jungle. It would be relatively dangerous for Soapy to go for it, but he might just take that risk. I mean, he is still a Shaco. He could still very easily make his grand escape.
Yeah.
In the midst of
with
OU
Moby's Triforce, like, that's a lot of movement speed. Like right now, that's a lot of movement speed. I would not be surprised if he went for it. Plus, that Triforce will help him take the inhibitor a lot faster.
Yeah. OU Platinum doing what they can to get back in this one. They've got Parallelogram split pushing the bottom side. He's just putting down vision now to make it safer for him to go for it. I think that's smart by Deathcap for Cutie. Again, your strongest point of power is that Camille. And I actually don't think even Joe Barrow can 1v1 Parallelogram at this point in the game. Scatter the Unleashed Power will get eaten up by that Starex gauge, and he'll just basically two-shot you with a Trinity Force procs.
Plus, if he can get off an auto attack quick enough,
get the magic damage shield as well.
The shield's gonna be protecting him for a while.
Shirani just running through. He's got the rest of the Deathcap for Cutie on the way. Okay. Missing the play, missing a lot of abilities there from Shirani, but hardly matters at this point. I think Deathcap for Cutie, they're just gonna wait for Parallelogram to push into that inhibitor. He's gonna land on the Chinhua. Flame Chompers go out behind him. He's gonna miss the Chain of Corruption from the Young Dur. There's the Righteous Glory. Ferris Bueller flash away from Pro Shiznitz, but he's gonna get the QSS immediately after the taunt. Now, there's the flash in. There's a good Gnar, but he doesn't stun anybody on Luke Ward. You're gonna get the locket, gonna get eaten up. The Super Mega Throcker comes out. They're gonna do a hook onto the Young Dur, and the Young Dur will be getting the kill before he goes down. So be able to get a kill.
If I'm not mistaken, Joe Barrow just accidentally ulted a clone.
Wow, and he's gonna use the Zanyas to cancel the Hextech Ultimatum, but it doesn't matter. He's all alone. Scatter of the Weak gonna stall him out a little bit. Parallelogram gonna hook shot to follow. Gets the kill. Shutdown goes over to the top laner, Deathcap for Cutie. Now, really nice hook from Shirani to catch the Young Dur. The Young Dur was about to pop off in that fight. That hook really saved Deathcap for Cutie from at least even if they might have won the fight still, but it would have been a lot closer.
Alright, looks like they're going to be pushing for an inhibitor here. I think they can get it.
Ferris Bueller looking to try and do what he can, but he's got nobody here to follow, and now he's going to get jumped on by Parallelogram, who's happy to take the tower as they burn him down. They don't have the damage, though. Luke Ward is here, and it's a little too dangerous to go for the dive, but they are going to get the inhibitor tower. Not going to go for the inhibitor. The remaining members of OU Platinum respawning. They're going to back away.
Been destroyed.
Push towards that bottom lane. The inhibitor already down. I guess Parallelogram got it while we weren't paying attention.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, but the Infernal Dragon going to be gone for by Deathcap for Cutie.
Alright, and that's gonna be Inferno. That exposed inhib mid. It looks like they're probably just gonna back by and go straight for it. I don't see why not. There's no objectives. They have a pretty substantial lead now, almost 10k. Might as well.
Okay. Joe Barrow doing what he can. 7-2-6 with 300 CS. He's a level 18 Syndra, the highest level in the game, but when you're all alone, you get jumped on by the Camille, the Shaco, everybody.
Ferris Bueller doing a good job of clearing out wards and setting up some new ones.
Funny enough, he's the only one who hasn't used a stopwatch yet. Well, okay, I'm sorry. I should. Oh, flash play from Shy Ronnie cancels the crunch. Gonna get the hook, but a little bit aggressive from Shy Ronnie. There's not a whole lot he could have done there. But the Weavers Wall will isolate Luke Ward. They'll get the play off this time. A good two-man Gnar, but Luke Ward now getting jumped up by the hyper carrier Pro Shizness. The hook shot comes over. Flash from Parallelogram. Hextech ultimatum. He's gonna go down. Whoa! Look at that damage.
Woof! And yet another flash E out of Parallelogram.
Stetsen's gonna find Chinois, gonna play him back in. The seismic shot pushes him back even farther towards Deathcap for Cutie. Great Health gonna come out. Shirani gonna get the locket off before he goes down. Soapy's clone in the midst there. There's gonna be trying to push him away, but it's gonna be Deathcap for Cutie. They're just going for the inhibitor. It's gonna stun up one, but it's not gonna matter. They dark passage him out, and the rest of Deathcap for Cutie on the way out. Look at that's a lot of vision for a U Platinum there, but I don't know if they're even gonna be able to contest it even with all that.
Alright, can they take this Baron? They've got Pro Shiznitz pretty ahead, 316. He is full build.
Yeah, but you've got a 2-level discrepancy between your junglers. Sophie's gonna have a much bigger smite, not to mention how fast Deathcap for Cutie are taking this one. Ferris Bueller gets in there, flashes it. Oh, almost gets it! But it's gonna be Pro Shiznitz who picks up the Baron, and Ferris Bueller finally gonna fall. Killing spree for
Takes Pro
Parallel.
Shiznitz so long to kill Rammus because he doesn't have an armor pin item.
And no last whisper for the Jinx, but it feels like he doesn't need it because it's going to be Parallelogram doing all the damage, all that true damage conversion for the Camille.
Alright, well, with that Baron and those two inhibs down, probably just going to be 5-man top?
Yeah, that seems to be what they're going to do.
Maybe 5-man top with Shaco or Camille.
Just
doing
Baroning
some
up the
split,
wave, yeah. Deathcap for Cutie, they're going to take their recall after the Baron, going to spend some of that hard-earned gold and head towards that top lane. Parallelogram, he knows what he's doing. He's going bot to Baron up that wave. No one can deal with him, and if no one stops him, he could probably just end the game on his own.
Alright, here we go. 4 people top. Camille bot wants to put down pressure on Luke Ward here.
Luke Ward is going to get Hextech ultimated, and Parallelogram.
Oh
my god, Luke Ward, nothing he can do here. He's slowed. He's gonna get the hook shot again, and Parallelogram is on a rampage.
Right,
OU Platinum. Death Sense gonna land on the Chinois. The Flame Choppers go up behind. That's a play! And the Young Dirk gets caught by this one. Exhaust goes down. He's gonna do what damage he can. Throwing out his ability. Soapy is going very low. That's actually the Hallucinate. I was reading a little too much into it. The Super doesn't work. Ferris Bueller gonna get eaten up, but he's gonna go down immediately. Double kill goes over to Pro Shiznitz. Gonna get the Guardian Angel. Flash for the auto. Triple kill for the 80 carry. Deathcap for Cutie. That Young Dirk gonna turn it around. It's a quadra kill for Deathcap for Cutie's 80 carry. And now they've actually already killed Luke Ward, so no Penta for you today. Deathcap for Cutie are gonna be going their first win in Spring Split 2018.
Alright, good game, both teams. Good to see like some more OU people rotating in, trying out competitive League of Legends for the first time, some of them.
Yeah, and that was quite an impressive game against, dare I say it again, a veteran team to the OKLCS. Really quite good performance. Joe Barrow and Ferris Bueller seem to be doing very well together, just constantly putting Kawaii Sheep into the ground. and quite pretty good.
Good synergy. Yeah.
All right, but that is going to be the end of OU's not OU OKLCS Platinum Capped Spring 2018 week number 2 and the conclusion to week 2 in general. So
Yeah.
see you on Sunday, hopefully, for week 3 of OKLCS. We look forward to seeing more and more of these teams develop. OU's team start to solidify,
Yeah.
get their roster nailed in, and but that'll be it for us. Thank you all so much.
Last minute plugs. Don't forget, week 3, don't send in emails. I am pretty sure that DFC might have already sent in an email. We're not doing it that way anymore. It's a lot easier and more standardized and centralized with the form, so submit the form. Stats are up from week 2 now, so you can go and look at the week 1 plus week 2 stats combined. There's the League of Legends Valentine's Day thing on February 11th. It's just a 2v2. It's free, and the winners get some
He says he sent it in the other way after
you
he
sent
got
it in?
the email.
I was
Good
just checking.
job.
I saw the email earlier. Just checking. But yeah, so League of Legends event. Make sure you use the form. The stats are up. And good luck in week 3 to all those who haven't played their games yet.
All right. Thank you all so much for watching, and we hope to see you next weekend for week 3 of the OKLCS. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.